Tonight, we bring you this week's flight sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We review Sim Update 3, the good, the bad, Janie. Caronado released a brand new aircraft, a B55, a H135 helicopter by Nemeth Design. And, wait till you see the state of it, we have something that when you type it into Google, it reckons it's a twin rotor helicopter, a Chinook SJ by CRZ, and Jesus. Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. And CRZ have left the chat. Do you see? Was it CRZ or CRZ? Z or Z, right? That's the day I'm having. Hope you're all keeping very well. You're welcome, of course, tonight. We have this week's Flight Sim News with thanks to SayIntentions. And yes, it's going to be busy, right? Wear comfortable clothing, find a good spot on the couch, have a tasty beverage, many of them, because there's a lot to get through. So, you know what I mean? CRZ. Right, brilliant. Anyway, we're going to be checking out a Chinook SJ, and wait till you see the state of this. There it is, on the screen behind me, and it's a brand new release, so looking forward to it. So yes, busy one tonight. We're showing off that aircraft from CRZ Studios, and Caronado released their latest aircraft, a twin-engined, a B55. Didn't go with the usual thing, just a beach 55, no, B55. We're also going to be checking out Nemeth Designs H135 helicopter, which was part of the Making Good campaign. Right, we also have a Freeware Avro Anson. You lucky simmers, right? I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up, do you know? Now, I'm very flustered and I'm in an absolute hoopla, and I'll explain to you why. You see, today, friends, I received that in the post. Your house is alarmed by UEFI. So I had to set it up, right? But that wasn't enough. No, I set it up and I had to MacGyver because, well, if your doors were properly flush with the wall, it's grand. But in Ireland, we do things different, and they're not. So you had to get creative. So, you know, there's all sorts of blue tack and things going on. It was grand, it works, right? Then there's a gadget called Home Assistant, which took me all day to install, and now I have it installed and I keep breaking things on it. It's like automations for your automations. Brain is absolutely frazzled. Nothing new there, do you know? And then I'm up one. I don't know what that's a magnet, but I don't know what to do with this. It's an extra sensor thingy. But anyway, let's not worry about that for the moment. No, not at all. We'll, ramble in, and we have a lot to get through tonight, so we'll try and get started. A very warm welcome. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well. Chox is here. Good evening, my dude. Jetlag Zombie rambles in. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce and wolfy. Happy Wednesday. Let me see here now. Linny, welcome in, Linny. APU Inspector, good day. Toto2495 is here. Commander Balosh, hope you're keeping very well. Vacuum is in the house. Liptorius is here. Very good evening to you. Retriever Neil, you're looking well. Sourdough Man is here. Cornwolf. Oh no, words are going to be hard tonight. I'm going to make an absolute mess of it, right? Brilliant. But anyway, Corn Wolf, good to see you. Malky is here. Who else come in? Super Ty. Bet this will be 4 hours. Yep. I'm not going to wage against that. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Sun Jammer is here. It's a warm Wednesday. It's 16 degrees now in Ireland. It's you know, there was rain earlier. Muse Fan bursts in the door holding a hard hat and some elastic bands. He says, how he is his mad jokes. Happy hump day. It's good to see you, Muse. Hope you're well. Stick Figure, good to see you. Sean Dale is here. Welcome aboard. By the time he says hi to everyone, it might as well be 4 hours. What? Everyone knows our intros are 3 minutes and 47 seconds. From start to finish, every week, without fail. Yeah, exactly. That's my thoughts are your thoughts. The button's working. Right, Bell Bro is here. Welcome aboard, man. Spitfire Oriev 100 is in the chat. Welcome aboard. Cornwolf says, hot tip, if you ever need to mute the stream for whatever reason, mute the tab, not the stream on Twitch. And there you go. Right, we're learning together. There's the Avro Lancaster, the Avro Vulcan, and now we have the Avro Anson. Ooh, I'm telling you. Hayden UK is here. Welcome aboard, Hayden. How is she cutting, man? Filthy, good to see you. Eamon 1973 is bored at work with nothing to do but clean for 12 hours. Jesus. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat. Gibbo. Jesus. I'm creating, you know, a troubleshooting questionnaire. I'm going to, you know, submit it to you. How did that work? How does this work? Ewald is here for 34 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. CRZ Baz is in the chat. He says hello there. CRZ Studio are in the house tonight. The whole team, both of us, will be in chat for any questions, both on YouTube and on Twitch. You're very welcome aboard, Baz, and welcome to CRZ Studios. Looking forward to showing off your masterpiece of ingenuity and design and sheer skill and good looks. Right? Brilliant. Right, where was I? Soaring AJ. AJ, hey man. AJH. See, I can't even get the words out. Biku is here. Good to see you. Proby Pete, Tier 2, 26 months. He says, good day from Arizona. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. Jack Wings is here. Good to see you, Jack. Ozymandias, welcome aboard. Resonate, welcome in. Max Stallion, 185 streams in a row. Jesus, thank you very, very much indeed. Stu Snape is here. Evening, Murph. Hope you have enough fuel to get through the stream tonight as they celebrate 5 streams in a row. Stu, I can tell you, we're going to be flat out. PH Roy is here. He says, good evening, Murph and chat. I'm so glad with the new CPU. Talking about a performance boost of Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane is above what I expected, especially with some BIOS tweaks. I say, brilliant. Roy, delighted for you, man, and the very best of luck with it. Paparazzi's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Fornax is here. Zenua's Des Riot. You're looking well. Crappy One, good to see you. Malky is here. Yeah, pro streamer at work. Somewhere, not here. If you find him, tell him Murphy has questions. Creo, you're very welcome aboard. It's all gone a bit P-Tong. It is. It's shagged. Manster. Manster. Happy hump day indeed, right? PQ, good to see you. Nick is in the house. Where is this now? CP65, both work, but Z is better. Right. See? Z. Yes, right. Like Fisher's. Or Fisher Z. Fisher Z. Who? Data or Darta? Yeah, we all know the crack. Aviator Apollo, I'm always excited for your streams. It's something different and showing even the add-ons that don't get that much attention. Sure, listen, you know what I mean? There's a new Blade of Grass available to download. We need to show it. Hermit Something, good afternoon from Boston. Hope you're well. I use EuroFly. If you need any help, Home Assistant is great too, says Cornwolf. That was the first mistake that you've ever made. Because now I'll be like, Cornwolf, how does this work? You know, it'll be grand. Schultz is here, good to see you. Shill, welcome aboard. Goblin Zeus, good evening. DCS Dux is in the house. Where is this now? The home thing you say you get it to work, you're a genius. Genius. Took me all day. Resonate says, whenever I install things in the home, there's always a mystery stuff left over. Yeah, Yeah, it's grand. Rise of the machines, lads, I'm telling you. Meanwhile, you're 14 and a half minutes in. Rubbish. Time moves faster in Canada. Martel, good to see you. Who else come in? Cy120 is here. You're looking well. Now, let me see. Wait now. An Oblong Life, is it? An Oblong Life? Welcome in. Hope you're well. Cy Murray, happy hump day. Mind the wallets. Keep the wallets hidden. Semantic Warrior is here. Adam B. Twitch, welcome aboard. Still laughing at the Larry save last night. Hilarious crack. Sky Perrin, welcome in. AZ Blue Line says Eufy is great. Ooh. Yeah, well, I'm only starting. I've gotten the first kind of stuff of it now. You know what I mean? But we'll see what the crack is. Anna Crosses is here. Good to see you. Zappel, a very good afternoon. Kubi Montana. Happy Wednesday to you. Mrs. TPHI, you're very welcome aboard. Good to see you. Steve Stavros is here. Going to be busy tonight, Murph. You missed a lot while I was off getting me tan. Right? It'd be grand. Dave Cleary. Legend, Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Northland Air is here. Looking forward to the STOL series, and I'm more than willing to offer suggestions on the Alaskan legs. Ooh, nice. Thank you very much. Visualize is here. Welcome aboard. Who else come in there now? Goose, Uniform Goose. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're well. Leonardo Da Vinci. Afternoon from Atlantic City. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. Mr. TPHI has rumbled into the chat. Pull up a chair. We'll have a pint. Good to see you, Mr. TPHI. Jonathan Davis is here, currently speaking to your AI with SayIntentions. Does he sound like me? Sure, listen. Dennis C, a very good morning, or a good afternoon, or a good evening. You're looking well, Dennis. Stevie B's, good evening from sunny Tenerife. Welcome aboard. Evening, Murph. Welcome back, says Monty. Good to see you, Monty. VR Flight Sim Guy. Welcome aboard. Hope you're well, man. How's she cutting? Have you done any biking recently? Anthony Crotty is here. Murph, I'm over on YouTube tonight. Sure, listen. Isn't it only great? You're very welcome in. Now, let me see. Have I anything over there? No. I'm on Kick as well. And there's no one, no one, right? At all. I'm too honest, to be on that platform. But sure, listen. Watch Murph or... Shut up, will you? I'm aesthetically sound as well. But anyway, Tenured is here, good to see you. Medic 24 Life, on my way to Myrtle Beach while enjoying the soothing sounds of the one and only Guinness Drinking World Champion. Yes. Techno Bear, welcome aboard. Where is this now? Didn't think you were that old that you needed home assistants to come in and look after you. Listen, it's science, they're taking over. Good afternoon, Murph. Flipper Alloy, welcome in. B. Carlo, hope you're well. Kick, yeah, haven't a clue. Kick is full of toxic range. It is. Good evening from Denmark. Harold, you're very welcome aboard. Good evening from Tipperary. What's it like in Denmark? Is it nice? Right. Oh, yeah. Buttons. Here, look. We can do this together, look. You ready now, right? Is it this one? Yes. Press that one. Yes, that's the first bit. Press that one. Then we'll rumble over. Turn on the aircon. Tis fierce now. I'm after breaking this. Balls! Why is it every fucking time? Oh, jeez, I made a right mess of that. Jesus. Hang on, lads, you'll have to bear with me now. We have all sorts of technical difficulties. If I just turn... No, that's going to shag it. If I... Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Yeah, I've made a proper mess of that. How do I fix this? Hang on, it's going to get loud for a minute. You couldn't hear me there for a second, but I was using words like, well, I'm not going to mention them now, but there were words, right? There were words. Right, to fix my microphone, all is well. P.S. Mirandai, hello there, hope you're well. Kick is where the people who got banned from Twitch go. Oh, is it? Wait, you don't live in Dublin, Murphy. I don't. Sarah Toman, good to see you. Right, where are we? We're over here, look. Resonate, yeah. Right, I think I've caught up. If I haven't said hello to you, shout at me profusely. Murphy, you big idiot. Anyway, friends, we have a busy one tonight. And the aircraft that we're looking at here... Oh, jeez, I'm after closing down the whole parish. There you go. The aircraft we're looking at here, this is from CRZ Studios, and it's that of a Chinook SJ. And
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
This aircraft has been built to meticulous detail from the actual plans. This is a kit airplane, and the developers have gone and made the thing exacting when it comes to details, right? So we're going to be taking this out for a quick jaunt after a little while. We're going to get through the news first, but I do have to give CRZ Studio a massive shout out, because they said, Murph, would you ever show off our machine at some stage? I said, yeah. And then out of nowhere, they made delivery for me. Isn't that deadly? I didn't even ask for it. It just, oh, brilliant, right? So I don't know, is that available, you know, for anyone else? If not, that could be a problem, because model matching and the likes. But isn't that brilliant, isn't it? Fantastic, right? Fantastic. You too can get a livery like this, you know, only for $200. But anyway, where are we now? We're over here, look. Yes. And of course, a Murphy livery. You better believe it. Juice is here. Thank you very much indeed for 2 months. Cheers, buddy. Zybok Doc has rambled in from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Yeah, it's looking lovely. Lovely. So it is. Mr. Dan is here. Good to see you. You didn't say hello to me because I just came in the door. Oh, come on, Mr. Dan. Brilliant. Right. So that's the machine we're going to be checking out, right? Why was it when I press buttons, nothing works? Hang on now. We're going to go into the stream deck here, right, and we're going to go for Flight Sim 2024. Yes. And now nothing's working. Well, the cursor. Hang on, lads. Right, there's buttons here now. What's that for? Oh, the whole PC has frozen. Stream deck. You're giving me issues. You're going to go. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. What was your one's name you used to do, the weakest link? I had some deadly crack and you missed it. Flying tonight. Oh no, what happened? Nice looking bush plane. It's gorgeous. Nate is here. Welcome in. How are we liking Sim Update 3 so far? We're going to be chatting about it here now in a little while. My buttons are working. I can turn down the simulator sounds because, lads, you're going to get a shock. The shock of your life. Holy number of tabs on a screen I've ever seen in my life. We'll get through it, one by one, bit by bit, all together now. Let's jump on board for the big push. Yes, that is... Oh, Jesus. Right, that is what we're going to do. But we'll have to take our time as we do it. Do you know what I mean? So we start off giving a massive shout out to Vasco over at MSFSaddons.com, to Callum and the lads at FS Elite who are celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. What? Crazy stuff. Mr. Chippy! Looks like my mother-in-law's browser tabs, right?
Oh, Jesus.
It'll be grand, right? Let's horse through it. We start off tonight, of course, talking about the CRZ Studios. They've debuted a bolt-by-bolt design. It's the Chinook SJ for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. New name in town from aircraft development, CRZ Studio Limited. They're first released, instead of starting with familiar GA classics or any easy-to-love trainer, but they've chosen to bring the airplane manufacturer Chinook SJ to the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a quirky, kit-built, it's not made out of kills, kit-built ultralight with a pusher prop. It has impressive STOL, or short takeoff and landing, STOL performance, and a design that practically invites you to buzz between mountain ridges and hop from one dirt strip to the next. With a high wing, 2-seat tandem cockpit, and a frame that looks like it's ready to be rebuilt in someone's garage over the weekend, and in the real world it often is, the Chinook SJ is made for bush pilots, sightseeing enthusiasts, and anyone who likes their flying up close and personal. Beautiful pictures of it here. It comes with a number of different liveries. It's similar to that what you may have seen. Do you remember the Gottfriend's, the double ender? Similar, except it only has a pusher configuration. I think the double ender was a push-pull. But it's all powered by a Rotax 582UL. It's a 64 horsepower, 2-stroke, 2-cylinder engine, liquid cooled, and it's also equipped with dual carburetors. It's lightweight, so... you know, decent size horsepower for the lightweight frame. It cruises along at around 50 to 60 miles per hour. The launch version is just the starting point. CRZ Studio, sound out Murph, they've already announced a version 1.1 update is in the works that has the custom Rotax 582 and a 912 sound set, a new Spotlight DR2 variant, optional Rotax 912 engine, floats, GPS options, and even dynamic dirt, mud, and dust accumulation. Ooh. And then we have the Dan Reynolds Valdez Special, a planned DLC celebrating a record-breaking competition variant of the Chinook, which will bring performance tweaks and unique features. That'll be a separate purchase, but the base Chinook SJ package is required. The airplane manufacturer Chinook SJ is available right now for £19.99. That's over on the developer's website, CRZ Studios, with release upcoming for the Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace and then other vendors. We're going to be checking this machine out, but you can see already from some of the photos, beautiful. And it's very exciting because this is a brand new developer, lads. Do you know what I mean? One Fly Air is here, good to see you. You watched Carenado fly the Chinook. I watched Carenado fly this. He likes it, do you know? And yeah, it'll be... we need that TTM livery. I'm looking forward to showcasing this one now. Right, moving on. Carenado have released an aircraft. This one here is the classic B55, based on the Baron, of course. And the B55, exclusively through the in-game marketplace, priced at $24.99. The aircraft is described by the developer as combining performance, reliability, and detailed systems modelling. In the real world, B55 has earned a reputation as a versatile twin. Caronado say its version captures the essence. Powered by two Continental IO470L engines producing 260 horsepower each, it cruises in and around 190 knots and it can cover about 900 nautical miles. And when flying in IFR or mountainous terrain, the redundancy of that second engine can offer extra peace of mind. But they've also added in some nice avionics. Yes, you can go with the classic steam gauge, but you can even use the, what's the name of it? The gadget, the Aspen EFD 1000, which is very nice. We're going to have a look at this evening. It also comes fitted with the standard Garmin 530 430s. There's a Bendix King autopilot unit in there, and of course optional for your 750 and 650 GTN units, which are powered by either PMS 50 or TDS Sim. You can also utilise the Garmin GMA audio panel, the transponder, and also the weather radar, which will give you a reasonably well-equipped panel for anything from short hops to your cross-country flights. Now, Carenado has added its real experience touches, which the developers say includes gyro-driven attitude indicator startup, vibrating instrument needles and panel shake during the engine startup, optional circuit breakers or operational circuit breakers, and a dual digital fuel flow indicator. The calculation functions are also part of this package. Sounds very good. We're going to be checking it out tonight. For those into the career mode, this is marked to be ready for the ferry flights and charter service missions. 9 liveries are included as well, 8 pre-painted plus a white one for those who would like to paint their own. So Carenado's definitely moving in a newish kind of direction. They're bringing more features to their aircraft, which is always a great sight to see. We're going to be checking that aircraft out a little bit later on. Now, an aircraft we're going to check out next week, the American Champion Scout has released with big wheels, floats, and a bush flying realism. Wait, what? Wait till you hear this. Hangar Studios 713, the developer behind the Super Decathlon. This is the one we took on the Ancient World Wonders. Beautiful little plane. Also the aging like a fine wine Navion series. But they've now released the American Champion Scout, the 8GC BC for Microsoft Flight Sim, and it's looking to be one of the most feature-rich in bush planes in the sim, especially for the power, right? The Scout is available right now through the Hangar Studios website, $19.99. Marketplace submission already in progress for both PC and Xbox. Support for 24 is included, and a native version is on the way. 9 ways to fly it. It's not a one-model-fits-all type of release. The Scout comes with 9 different configurations. 26-inch bush wheels, 35-inch Tundra wheels, amphibious floats, you name it, the whole shebang. There's quite a lot going on with this aircraft. Each setup gives you the choice between a classic analog panel and also a glass cockpit. And there's a ton of smaller little details. This is definitely looking like a passion project from Hangar Studios. It's an aircraft we're going to check out next week. And again, it's great to see aircraft that are kind of, you know, pushing themselves out when it comes to the bush flying, backcountry flying, and then even the STOL capabilities. So, yeah, beautiful looking plane. Similar enough. I mean, look, they're all very samey aircraft in this kind of category, right? They're always going to usually tail dragger, high wing, right? Light. This isn't classed as an ultralight. There is a clear difference, so you're going to have a bit more oomph with this sort of an airplane. But, yeah, an aircraft we're going to check out next week, and we're looking forward to that. Moving on, Lionheart brings the classic Piper Pacer series to Microsoft Flight Sim. Just got a dose of some of the post-war general aviation history. Lionheart Creations have released in its new Pacer series a collection that revives Piper's rugged taildragger and its tricycle gear sibling, the Tri-Pacer. The aircraft carried families, students and bush pilots through the 1950s and beyond, and now they're back in digital form with 5 variants to choose from. Nightset, thank you very, very much indeed. 57 months. I could have just said that. Maybe I didn't. Kevin was here. Good to see you, buddy. Who else come in? Yeah, I have a lot of tabs tonight, lads. It's mad. Best bush plane in the sim period, and that's my unbiased opinion, says Mr. TBHI. It's great to see loads of options because it's like this, lads, right? My opinion is when you start getting aircraft that are all getting very close to one another in terms of their build quality. And I mean this from like the developer. The sounds are on point, it looks great, it flies great, there's nice features in there, and the price is, you know what I mean? It's now becoming just a joy because it's, well, pick your favourite or pick the one you want to fly today. There's a lot of that with it, which is nice. But anyway, we're getting indeed a small fleet, the Pacer 180 taildragger, the Tri-Pacer, the Bush Pacer, the Bush Special Pacer, and also a float plane. Tons of options here with this. Beautiful little airplane, and great to see stuff coming from Lionheart Creations. You can pick this up right now. It's priced at $22.49, and the package first rolled out for 2020 edition with a short delay in appearing for 2024 due to compatibility issues. Ooh. So, it's all about the bush planes. It's a pretty little machine though, isn't it? Old, but very nice, you know. Liptorius, thank you very much indeed. 19 months. What an absolute ledge. Cheers. Pacer is not good though, especially for the price. Pacer's not good for the price. Ooh. Well, I don't know. I haven't. Well, you're getting a lot though. You could argue that. I mean, you're getting many variants. So you're getting a taildragger, a tricycle, 2 bush types, one that has modified wing tips, and then a float plane with amphibious gear. So there's a bit. Do you know what I mean? But good news. Now, Iris Simulations teasing a new product line and revives the F-22 Raptor. Ooh. Iris Simulations have had a busy week announcing not 1, but 2 major updates about its future in the sim. The developer revealed a new series of products designed to appeal to a wider audience, while also confirming the return of its long-dormant F-22 Raptor project. In a Facebook post, Iris introduced what it described as a new era of products for Microsoft Flight Sim. Unlike its more detailed aircraft, the upcoming range will be aimed at approachability and broader appeal, and the developer highlighted 4 pillars guiding the new line. Bold visuals, including artwork and design that lean into fun and excitement. Console support, ensuring Xbox pilots, often underserved by third-party developers. Accessible pricing, affordable without stripping away quality, and give a faster turnaround. The whole place has gone mad. Winkle Gassler, thank you very much indeed for your 22 months at the Tier 1. You've just started a hype train. You mad devil, you. Thank you very, very much indeed. What a legend. The man's a legend. The series will revisit some of the Iris older releases from previous generations, giving them a fresh coat of paint with today's technology. But the developer also made it clear it doesn't mean the end of its more advanced projects. Alongside this new initiative, Iris say that they continue to develop its study level line, offering something for both the casual and serious simmers. The first aircraft in the series is said to be on final approach, with more details expected soon. Now, we also have information regarding the F-22 Raptor. The day after teasing the new product line, Iris dropped another piece of news. Its F-22 Raptor project is officially back in development. It was originally announced back in 2022 and later shelved. The aircraft has now been revived with updated code, remapped textures, and lessons learned over the past few years. The developer says it is restructuring the texture workflow into a more cohesive layout, which should be especially welcome to repainters eager to put their mark on the Raptor. Importantly, Iris is positioning the F-22 as an accessible, cost-effective aircraft rather than study level. I don't know, lads. This, to me, is like, I'm going to make it, you know what I mean? You're using fancy words there basically to say there's not going to be any features and it could look cartoony. Right, I mean, look, it's going to be accessible, cost-effective, rather than study level. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you think that's a cop-out from developers? Do you think developers see an option whereby they can say, well, hang on, I'll just release this and sure, it'll be grand? Or do you think, no, this is very much needed because all the aircraft that are released, they're getting so realistic. There's so much depth to their systems, it's scaring away a lot of potential pilots. They just don't have the time to figure them all out. What do you think, lads? What do you think? Anyway, the Iris F22 will of course be in a different category from that released from Top Max Studios, which is known for the deeper systems and flight model fidelity. Instead, Iris is aiming for fun, performance and affordability. Locust, yeah, that's kind of my vibe from that, like, you know, M Scenery vibes. Do you know what I mean? Iris have always struggled to support their products, so for them, simpler might be better. That's a great point, Nick. Yeah, 100%. Xbox, Kevo, yeah, totally, man. Like, for Xbox pilots, especially if you just want to sit on the couch and give something a blast, depending on what sort of peripherals you have, you could really struggle. Sounds like it's for the Xbox crowd. Yeah, maybe. As long as they're upfront about what it is, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to buy it, but appreciate them being honest. Yeah, that's a fair point, Filthy. Makes it more gameish? Maybe. Well, this is a plane that America tries to hide internally from everyone, so... Well, yeah, but like, you know. But anyway, look, it's good stuff from Iris. I mean, I agree, right? I mean, they're being upfront. They're telling you, hey, this is what we're doing. So, it makes sense, right? Now, moving on, EuroFly Twinfox is coming soon to Microsoft Flight Sim with aircraft, scenery, and missions. What? If you enjoy flying the lighter side of aviation in Microsoft Flight Sim, well, there's a new project on Final Approach that might grab your attention. Developer Aerosoft Developer Aerosoft, in collaboration with the publisher OBY1, is preparing to release the EuroFly Twinfox and Home Field Scenery bundle, a package that combines an ultralight aircraft and its real-world base of operations out of northern Italy. Ooh. At the centre of it is the EuroFly Twinfox, a tandem two-seater ultralight designed by Italian manufacturer EuroFly. It's a compact machine, but one that has been modelled with surprising depth for Microsoft Flight Sim. Every pipe, bolt and cable from the real aircraft has been recreated, and input and testing from both the manufacturer and real Twinfox pilots. Even the quirks, like the unusual brake lever on the yoke, have been brought into the sim. The aircraft will ship with a variety of liveries, including an Italian flag scheme and even a camouflage option, the glass cockpit or traditional analog panel, also a full interactive checklist designed alongside real pilots. There's also support for VR, STOL performance and off-field adventures, and a paint kit for those who want to create their own scheme, right? Now, where are we at? I wasn't listening. Can you repeat the question? Wait, what? He asked if we can find a rocket ship confetti. No, shag off. So the question was, wait, I forget. It's grand, totally grand. Look at this though, right? I told him having a mare tonight, it was grand. Anyway, they're also going to bring a scenery with this. It's an airfield near Tesa sul Brenta in the Veneto region. The scenery has been handcrafted with custom hangars, static aircraft and objects that reflect daily operations at the factory and the flight school. For VFR pilots, it should serve as a very personal launch point for exploring the Brenta River Valley and beyond. It's a neat looking machine, this. There was one similar released some years ago. I mean, it's effectively a moped engine with wings, right? But it's nice. You know, you say Iris and all I can think of is the Goo Goo Dolls. Oh yeah, remember that song? Energizer, good to see you. I've already closed a few of them. Right, moving on. Simworks Studios.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? They finally released the GA8 Airvan. We got to showcase this some 2 months ago, and well, it's finally here. SWS have released the GA8 Airvan for Microsoft Flight Sim. Priced at $29.99 on the marketplace, the Airvan comes with some thoughtful details that makes it stand out, and there's even an option add-on for those who want to go deeper. So we were having a chat with SWS about this. Effectively, you've the base model. And then if you really want to dive into like failures and systems, well, you can get an add-on DLC, if you like, for the aircraft. I do like the G8 Airvan. There was a lot of stuff in this which would have been brand new to flights in 2020. Things that we're accustomed with in 2024, like the walk around checks, you know, that was all done for 2020. It looks, sounds and flies really, really nicely. Think of it as like a baby Caravan. Right, it was a very nice machine. It's an Australian-built workhorse that doesn't usually make headlines like a 7.3 or an A320, but it is an aircraft that thrives where others don't. Remote airstrips, bush operations, and all the dusty backcountry locations you can throw it. SWS has modelled both cargo and passenger variants, plus a optional cargo pod underneath, giving you plenty of flexibility on how you want to fly it. The visuals and sound are based on the real thing, authentic recordings and a flight model tested by GA8 pilots, but what might surprise you is how alive the aircraft will feel in the sim. The exterior picks up dirt and mud, which doesn't just vanish when you reload. Wear and tear accumulates over time, giving a sense of ownership. This is a 2020 aircraft, and all this stuff is working. Now, the aircraft at the moment, it does work in 2024, right? But it's Jesus, that was loud. It's very much up and running in 24 and in 2020. Let's have a gog. There are tons of features to this. No, Muse, this is SWS, not Caronado. This is Simworks Studios. The GA8 Airvan. That's a kick-ass trailer, isn't it? Loving it. But anyway, the GA8 Airvan, it's available right now. The SystemsPulse, this is SWS new tech layer that goes beyond the usual visuals and it goes into the guts of the aircraft. For $17.49, separate purchase, you can grab that, where you get the persistent, consequence-driven simulation of all the aircraft systems. Ooh, so there's a bit there, right? The system implements electrical logic that behaves as it should, engines that demand proper management, and more than 70 possible failures that can be triggered randomly or as a result of how you treat the aeroplane. There's quite a bit going on with this machine. So it's available right now for $29.99 with the Systems Plus or Pulse add-on sold separately. So altogether, it's a, what, $47 add-on? Right, they're getting up there, aren't they? But anyway, it looks great. But the dash is traditionally plastically looking. Right, it's a utility aircraft. That's pretty much what it does. Right, moving on. Pilots have announced the Dash 7 version 2 for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. The Dash 7 getting a second life in Microsoft Flight Sim. Developer pilots have just announced that work is underway on the Dash version 2, the Dash 7, a completely rebuilt version from the 4-engine turboprop designed this time natively for Flight Sim 2024. For those who followed the story of the original Dash 7 release back in 2023, you'll remember it's a collaboration with SWS that brought the classic STOL airliner into the sim. Now, just saying that, SWS did a little bit. It did that amount. Pilots did the rest. It's not an update, it's a full rebuild, according to pilots. Now, anyone who flew this in 2020, unless, you know, you were left outside in the cold one night for too long, it's not great. It really isn't great. The sounds aren't great. Texturing isn't great. Flight model is an absolute friggin' disaster. This is not a good airplane. It just isn't, right? It looks the part, but, like, that's it, right? I was just feeling absolutely, you know, this thing is not good enough. And now they're coming along with version 2, fully rebuilt for 24. Shag off. They need to shag off. Fix what you released. Make better what you released, what people bought. You know what I mean? I've zero confidence in this. I want to be, proven wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a cool airplane, and like, there was features that I did like about it, but overall, it just was lackluster. It just wasn't there, and it didn't get the updates. It just didn't get the updates. And like, pilots are fairly, they're present at expos and all of this, and FS Weekend. I don't know, man. It's just, yeah. So SWS did like some of the earlier work in it, but not much, They did, Kevo, yeah. They said never again. Like, it's great, right? Yes, bring it out, but like, it's a completely rebuilt version. So what's changing? New geometry and higher fidelity modeling, better avionics, specifically modeled after a specific aircraft, a Dash 7 combi variant operated by Air Tindy in Canada. A mixed cargo passenger setup which reflects the combi's hybrid role, fully reworked high resolution textures, freshly recorded during a field trip to Air Tindy in Yellowknife, capturing the aircraft's real sounds. The head-scratching moment in this: is there going to be a discount? Is it like what? Is it a brand new purchase? Who knows? This is a trailer they put out of a door opening. It's a door opening, but yeah, I don't know. I want to be proven wrong on this, but I don't think I'm going to be. This aircraft had so much potential, and it just didn't really do the thing. You know what I mean? And like, if this is supposed to be a 2024 native build, why is there a 2020 Avatar sitting in there? Just saying. You know what I mean? The Highwayman, good to see it. If it's a brand new purchase, that's bold. I think so, man. I think so. Alongside the announcement, first preview video featuring the aircraft showcasing its distinctive front cargo bay. Heisenberg is here. Thank you very much indeed for your 10 months at a tier 2 subscription. Thank you very much indeed, Heisenberg. Hope you're well. 98 Vulcan, good to see you. You slept in. No worries, man. Yeah, lads, I don't know. That's my take on that aircraft from pilots. Endless possibilities, but like they kind of kicked it wide with this. You know what I mean? And it's over the bar. Neon Jedi, good to see you. Asher, jeez, just family watching. It's right. It's a good job I don't go red. Well, I go red on my other camera. But yes, they can keep their dash for cash. Yeah, it's a bit like that, Simari, isn't it? Neon Jedi, good to see you, and hello and welcome to anyone who's watching on the island of Ireland. You're very welcome. But anyway, right, we're up here, moving on to our next tab, for which there are many. Microsoft Flight Sim adds the Eurocopter EC135 as the local legend number 21. Microsoft's Flight Sim Local Legend series has grown steadily since 2020, highlighting aircraft with strong regional ties or historical significance. Give us the Bremen. The latest entry, the Local Legend 21, one of the most recognisable rotary craft yet, is a Eurocopter EC135. It's now available for Flight Sim 2024. The EC135 is the final piece of the Make Good initiative. Pause for effect. When Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 launched, things didn't go as smoothly as hoped. Yeah, but we know the drama. Anyway, this is in response to Jorg, and he said, look, the first 4 aircraft, we're going to give them out for free. We're going to be selling them. So the gesture was definitely nice. This aircraft, though, this leaves a sour taste in your mouth for saying it's, closes the Make Good chapter. It closes it with a bang, right? This aircraft, the 135, this is being developed by Nemeth Designs, right? The package contains 10 liveries, including emergency services, and that's kind of it, right? We'll be having a now look at this tonight as well for anyone who's been thinking, what it can and what it can't do. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It looks pretty, but it doesn't behave as you would expect.
We have an urgent report of an injured tourist at Neuschwanstein Castle.
Cleared for takeoff, helipad 1.
Let's go.
The immersion, though, they're not the actual aircraft sounds. fairly certain they're not. They're real world stuff. But anyway, we'll be checking this one out later on tonight as well. Now, staying with helicopters, Miltech's MH60 got a massive update. The flight model has been overhauled, VRAM has been cut, and also a swarm of fixes. Miltech Simulations, working with Blackbird, have rolled out their updated version 1.0.2 of the MH60 for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Is your stream title incorrect? Should it say EC135 and not H135? What are you talking about? That's all rubbish. Done. What are you talking about? It's your imagination. Just hit refresh and I'll be correct again. I put in the wrong shagging name. It's grand, right? It's Messerschmitt. Yes, no, it's not. But anyway, this aircraft, the flight model overhaul, one of the most noticeable changes comes from the flight model. Miltech say that the MH60 is now more agile with smoother hover altitude control and sharper responsiveness across the pitch, roll and yaw. Rotor animations and blade coning have also been reworked to better reflect how the real helicopter behaves. And for sim pilots who found the original release a little stiff or unpredictable, well, this should be a welcome shift. Echo 19 is here. Love your work, man. Good to see you, Tyler. Hope you're well. Less VRAM, more headroom. Performance was another major focus. Through texture compression improvements and MIP mapping, well, the MH60 now uses about 1 gig less of your precious VRAM. That is a significant reduction and great work from them. Autopilot and hover refinements have also been made to the aircraft, and there's a handful of other useful little additions. There's a clickable rotor brake and searchlight controls, dynamic dirt, mud and insect accumulation on the airframe. We need to get there needs to be a mod, wash your fluid and clean your... Doesn't there? But anyway, a larger set of custom keybinds and there's also more than 40 fixes have been applied to this update. So if you haven't updated it yet, I advise you to. We're going to be flying this thing tomorrow on a daytime stream and then later we prepare for our VATSIM flight. But I'll be checking this updated version out tomorrow as we fly on the stream. Now, Aerosoft. Words tonight. Aerosoft, the A330neo targets fall 2025 release. Ooh. Aerosoft finally broken cover with new details about the upcoming Airbus A330neo for Microsoft Flight Sim. After months of silence following the Expo 2025 reveal, the developer has now updated its A330 dedicated website, published an FAQ, and it's even bringing a preview version of the aircraft to Gamescom. Visitors can get their hands on with the twin-engined wide body. Gamescom was last week. It's grand. Aerosoft say the A330-9neo coming later this year, most likely in the fall for both 2020 and 24, along with Xbox support included. No precise date has been set, but fall is now the target. It got mixed reception of the A330 CEO. Mixed reception. That thing was absolutely horrendous. But anyway, this one is going to be an important step for Aerosoft because, well, we know that they're working with Tolis, who is an X-Plane developer. What makes this one different? Well, Aerosoft is keen to stress the flight management system has been completely rewritten, which includes LNAV and VNAV functionality fully implemented, 2 independent MacDo's, SimBrief integration, and also has the onboard aircraft navigation system. Some features won't make the cut at launch, such as the heads-up display, but it is planned for later on. And yeah, looking forward to this. While the A330 takes the spotlight, Aerosoft also juggling another long-haul project, the Airbus A340, in partnership with Tolis. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what's going to be happening here. Do you know? I wasn't... their last A330 was rubbish, right? It just wasn't good. And let's see what this one does. Looking forward to it. Now, sticking with the airliners, iFly's 737 MAX Service Pack 1, well, that's going to mark the end of its Flight Sim 2020 support. Bold move from a developer to say, we're only going to continue on developing on the newer platform. The iFly 737 MAX for Microsoft Flight Sim, well, it's about to get its most significant update yet. As it turns out, it's a major upgrade for 2020. iFly and publisher Flight 1 have outlined a feature list for Service Pack 1, but within that announcement is a change in direction that reflects how many developers are assessing the longevity of Microsoft's current Flight Sim platforms and deciding where to place their bets. Service Pack 1 won't just be a bug fix roll-up, but a feature-driven release that pushes the Mac's visual and operational fidelity forward in several areas. a clean slate EFB, replacing the existing EFB with a tablet-style interface mounted directly on the cockpit window frame. It'll have CPDLC over HOPI communications, cabin announcements with or without GSX, the MAX 8-200 model, visual refinements including a visible APU, expanded wheel detail, redrawn cabin and cockpit materials, and a fuselage with newly added rivets and multiple seating layouts from 166 to 197 seats. Flight logic tuning, particularly when it comes to its LNAV, a persistent talking point among advanced sim pilots. The changes are still in active or pre-development. They're not yet in beta, but iFly say the release will be sometime after the next 3 months. While the feature list obviously draws some attention, the more consequential line might be Service Pack 1 will be the last product development with support for Flight Sim 2020, will only continue with Flight Sim 2024 development once SP1 has been released. Ooh. What are your thoughts on that? Like, I mean, look at that's what they're saying now. Like 2020 versus 2024. I mean, there's still advantages to using 2020. Sim Update 16 may have caused a bit of head scratching, but overall, I still think there's advantages for kind of both sims. You know what I mean? It's a big statement, yeah, 100% it is. The future, they're going to go with the Max 9 first, maybe the Max 10, even a Max 7. Once Service Pack 1 lands, iFly's plan is to go all in on the 2024 native development. First up will be the Max 9, the Max 10, Max 7 are also on the consideration list, but only if those variants achieve full type certification and enter airline service. Most of the gliding seems to go on in 2020. Yeah. Energizer says the MD-11 is also getting a native 2024 update in September, so you'll be soon installing 2020. Ooh, Crafty Tigers is here, good to see you. Viper Strike is here, good to see you. Welcome in, lads. Happy Wednesday. Right, the tabs are getting smaller. Sky Simulations, the Douglas DC-9 is it got a major update for Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Now, this was something that kind of, right? The DC-9, a rare sight in Microsoft Flight Sim. Sky Simulations rendition remains one of the few ways to bring the classic short to medium long haul jet into the Asobo's modern platform, and since its release the add-on has steadily evolved through a series of updates, and the newly released version brings one of its most comprehensive overhauls yet. It's wearing overalls. I will say this, when this was released it was like, yeah, a little bit rickety, but it showed promise. The handling wasn't great. They're like busy actively developing this, which I like seeing that. It shows that they're into it, right? They want to do it. Slowly getting your RAM back, right? While Sky Simulations offer both the DC-9-10 and DC-9-30 in passenger and freighter configurations, community opinion on the package has been divided. Supporters point to its broad feature set and variety of liveries, while critics have highlighted perceived shortcomings in the visual fidelity and system depth. Not to mention the sounds. Sounds aren't great in it. But anyway, it makes each update worth examining closely, not just for what it changes, but what it signals about the developer's long-term support. Version 3.2 touches multiple areas of the aircraft and continues Sky Simulations' parallel support for both Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. The changelog shows a mix of compatibility work for 2024, refinements to the core systems, and a couple of tweaks to the flight model. For the 2024 focus changes, restructured code and assets to adopt the new platform tech, fixed career mode compatibilities, expanded walk around and wear status features to include chocks, engine covers and pitot covers, adjusted the VOR LOC and aux nav DOP autopilot mode, that's good for systems. For both sims or both platforms, exterior model revisions to improve the fuselage lines, fix visual bleed through and polish texture details, lighting tweaks that was needed, GPS added to the avionics suite, autopilot heading hold and heading bug functions are now adjustable with key bindings, fixes to the RMI needles, the knobs, DME switches, and the flight model tuner for smoother pitch at low speed, reduced the crosswind yaw during takeoff, and even adjusted the fuel flow drag for performance parity between both sims. Smoother nose lowering on landing when spoilers are deployed. So, for anyone who already owns this, well, it's quite a tangible quality of life update. The addition of GPS, while not period authentic to the DC-9's early service, may also make the aircraft more accessible for casual simmers. So let's wait out, I say. Let's see what they do with that, do you know? Now, moving over to Anybills, they released an update for their F406 Caravan 2, version 1.0.2. They brought out a ton of fixes for this, and I tested it, and it's getting good, right? The angle of attack I'm still slightly not 100% happy with, for me, flying it. It could be the actual aircraft. It just doesn't feel right. Do you know what I mean? It's ever so slightly too high, meaning when you're trying to land, it's very difficult. But who knows? It's a feature. Anyway, the Caravan 2 for flights in 2020 and 24 has been updated by Anybills. The autopilot logic has been updated more accurately. The approach mode now requires the aircraft to be established on the localizer before capturing the glide, and the initial autopilot engagement has also been refined to sync. The sounds have also seen improvements, with Echo 19 taking onboard community feedback. The engine startup sequence and beta range sound profile have been improved, and the engine start logic itself has been reworked to more accurately reflect the real-world PT6 engines. This was a bit of a pet heave I had at the start, but they fixed it and it works great. The same with the generators and how the load shifts depending on if you generator on or generator off. They've done a stellar job with this airplane. It's gotten a lot of updates so far, and they're not finished yet. Like, Anybills they're so proactive, I think. Think about it, lads. Their scenery, their aircraft, stuff gets updates. It just does. And I gave them a list. What was it? 18 items or 22 items? This is a great airplane. It sounds great. It looks great. It flies great. The only criticism I have is the angle of attack when you're landing. It's as if the nose is just too high. That's my take on it. I could be wrong, but that's my feedback on it. And it's well priced as well. It's like $20. You know what I mean? Sky Perrion is very tempted to get the 406. Dude, it's awesome. Pilot V1 says, please help why Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 crash on startup after it loads. Jesus, I couldn't tell you. Pilot V1, if you ramble over to our Discord, !Discord, we have a whole area there with folks helping folks when it comes to support and any issues. And it means that we can kind of figure it out. Do you know what I mean? So !Discord, click on that, ramble over, and we'll try and help you out there, buddy. Mountain Man is here. Good to see you, buddy. You're very welcome aboard. Hope you're well. Right, the 406, it's class. I highly recommend it. It's a class machine. Beautiful. I need to take that for a flight soon. So that's an update from Anybills. Now, staying with Anybills, they have announced collaboration with none other than Echo 19. Tyler, your ears must be bleeding. Echo 19 for future A350 sounds, and they've also updated the aircraft to version 1.1.3. Right? Now, this is great because the A350 has seen many updates since release. I mean, we flew it from Dubai. Do you remember that night? Right? Anyway, the update includes fixes to the flight management system, new HUD updates, and more. Plus, we have news that Anybills will be continuing their partnership with Echo 19 on the A350 in the future. To start, the FMS and HUD saw overall improvements. The update addresses several FMS logic and system stability issues. As for the HUD, the chevron energy behavior is more accurate and the field of view has been improved. The update introduces major improvements to the brake to vacate system, fixing issues such as failure to disengage after a go-around and incorrect FMA indications at low taxi speeds. The brake thermodynamics have also been reworked, more realistically showing your cooling rates, especially after heavy landings. Pretty cool, right? Additional fixes including enhanced realism across its electrical, hydraulic, pressurization and the braking systems, with improved engine seizure behaviour when the oil runs out. I like to call that the Murph manoeuvre. They've also refined the vent and also the avionics door systems affecting the cabin pressurization. So if you do forget to close the avionics bay, well, that'll have a huge impact when you're trying to pressurize the cabin. It's pretty cool, right? There have been other bug fixes along the way, including some LOD issues, and I saw VRAM mentioned in there as well. They're hammer and chisel trying to make the thing lighter. Sound enhancement partnership with Echo 19. The update also fixed a long-standing bug with the landing gear sound playing regardless of the gear state. It behaves much more realistically before, and what's more, Anybills is expanding its partnership with Echo 19 to work on a complete overhaul of the sound suite for the A350 airliner. That's going to include engine, cockpit and environmental audio. Work is underway and updates will follow soon. Ooh. So there's a lot happening here. So you can get the update, if you haven't already, over on the Any Manager And yeah, these are all free updates, by the way. Pretty cool, right? Need to take that plane out for a John soon. Now we're getting there. Got Friends. They've released updates to their premium gliders for flights in 2020 and 24. They've had a very good positive reception to the recent launch of their AS33ME sailplane. We flew it here on a stream, on the news some time ago, and it was beautiful, right? Well, they are continuing to build on that momentum with a massive update. The update covers the AS33ME, the Discus 2 sailplanes, with the patch applying to both 2020 and 24. The AS33 benefits from an overhauled flight model to meet real-life polar curves, overhauled sounds, and a full throttle sequencing option on the STOL propeller, as well as a range of fixes to some widely reported bugs. These include, but are not limited to, fixes for slew mode causing excessive drag, the electrical motor bus arming system, speed to fly curves, and the power issues on the LX avionics suite. The Discus sees a shorter changelog solely comprising fixes and 2 minor updates, one for the new LX family and the other a small tweak to the 3D model. So great news from Got Friends. They're flat out working in the background as they always are, so make sure you grab your stuff there. Now, SimNord have released Copenhagen Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim, both platforms. Danish developer SimNord have released its rendition of Copenhagen Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. The busiest airport in the Nordic countries, Copenhagen is a major hub and a popular destination for tourists around the world. Am I right in saying, is that Kastrup? Is Kastrup Copenhagen? Am I raving? According to the developer, the scenery features custom-modelled and animated jetways, detailed building models, and custom aerial imagery for the airport. It is Kastrup. So, Fly Tampa did a mighty Kastrup back in the day. This looks pretty nice. Now, we only have kind of screenshots here, but it does show out, the layout of the airport. Sometimes pictures don't pay justice to it. I don't know. But there is some nice details here that you can see. Are they scouting on or Audis? There's a new plane. Fly Tampa is getting an update soon. Ah, right. Copenhagen, if we're being pedantic. Yes, Vicey, yes. Closed captioning has spelling troubles. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know. Fly Tampa is the one I have, but it's good to see a Danish developer working on their own stuff, right? You can pick it up at their website right now. €21.99. They've also noticed some limitations in the initial version, specifically a static visual docking guidance system and limited interior modelling. Why release it then? Unless, of course, they're trying to get this one out before Fly Tampa updates his. You know what I mean? But anyway, we now have options for Copenhagen. Burning Blue Designer back. I pressed the button. Oh, Jesus, my screens are giving up on me, lads. Burning Blue Designs are back with Welshpool for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. It's another stunning general aviation airfield to its growing repertoire of the release of Welshpool Airport in both sims. Set in the stunning Welsh countryside, the airfield welcomes a multitude of general aviation flights, helicopters, and it even acts as an airbase for the Wales Air Ambulance. The airport features a 1,000-metre asphalt runway, number of hangar storage, and a cafe for visitors to the airfield. You can pick this up right now over on the Burning Blue Design website for £8.95. There's a video here made by Practically Geek, the man who has skills. His screen is having a mare. Let's look at the trailer. Stop the lights, go back. Ah, yes, they did. There's a Skoda. Look at the state of it. It's only beautiful. Now, straight away, lads, the scenery, it's gone up 100%. 100%. So you're taking a photo of your one. That looked a bit sus. Beautiful trailer, great cinematics, practically geek. He doesn't, Jay-Z does incredible work, doesn't he? Very good trailer, isn't it? Welshpool, we're going to check this out next week. It's available right now. You can pick it up for just £8.95 over on the Burning Blue Designs website. Now, moving on, we're nearly there. Look, we're nearly there. Vertical Sim have shared new previews of Palm Beach International Airport and a new fresh set of previews for their upcoming rendition of Palm Beach International Kilo Papa Bravo India for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. It was posted over on the developer's Facebook page. The new images highlight further progress of the airport, showcasing the terminal detailing, apron and textures of the surrounding environment. That's photoreal look, isn't it? Isn't that savage? We were flying out of clear water there a couple of weeks back from Vertical Sim. Beautiful, beautiful sceneries. We must have him on for a chat. But anyway, we'll keep you posted when there's more details for a release date. But it looks very, very good there. Very, very good. Now, Backwood Studios have released Shady Cove Airport. Backwood Studios released Oscar Golf 31 Shady Cove Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. Located in the town of Shady Cove in Oregon, the small airfield captures the rustic charm of grassroots aviation, complete with a well-maintained dirt runway and surrounding fly-in homes. Ooh. Scenery brings a strong sense of community, with pilots able to spawn directly at custom hangars and explore the network of nearby homes built alongside the runway. Over 10 miles of custom roads connect Shady Cove to the Sutton Airstrip, while the national environment has been enhanced with reworked vegetation, ground textures and detailed night lighting. Look at some of the pictures here. It's looking gorgeous. Shady Cove. Yeah, sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I'm just going to Shady Cove, right? Brilliant. It looks very nice. I like that with all with the houses and you can kind of spawn in there. That's a nice touch, isn't it? Jeez, it looks beautiful. Key features, flying community, well-maintained dirt runway, private fueling centre, custom 3D models. It's a huge list of stuff. It's available now over on Orbex. You can pick it up for $6.99 Australian, excluding your taxes. Probably work out about €8 maybe, give or take. And yeah, very nice. Lovely little bush country little airport. Now, Aerosoft, they've updated Frankfurt with a performance patch. Version 1.10 of Aerosoft's Frankfurt Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 24 has been released, and the latest patch is designed for smoother performance without any visual loss. Great news. The new version of the airport has managed to cut VRAM usage by up to 1.6 gigabytes. That's huge, with no visual loss. Do you kind of see the trend or the style whereby a lot of kind of pushback has gone back to developers to say, reduce your scenery so you don't have these issues with VRAM? I distinctly remember it was either Jorg or Seb. I think it was Jorg. Oh no, it was Seb. Anyway, I remember when I spoke to them, whereby they were saying that there's going to be, you know, a maximum number of objects and texturing and all the sort of stuff when it came to getting your sceneries working properly inside of 2024. And when you see developers now having to go back to their products and hammer and chisel away at reducing the VRAM head, it's all DirectX 12. We shouldn't be having these limitations, but they're there. I wonder, is there a lot more that developers could be doing to reduce VRAM usage? Now, I'm not ignoring the fact that Asobo need to do something, of course they do, but I do think that developers have a lot of options, I think, or perhaps need to be helped, you know, or encouraged to try and relieve some of this VRAM limits that we're hitting in our sims, right? But yeah, anyway, listen, great stuff here from Aerosoft. They say better performance. We're unable to be more specific than that. Better performance. That's all you need to know. And it's a free update. If you don't own it, it's on sale right now. You can pick it up for $15.73 if you want, over on Aerosoft. And yeah, interesting stuff. Aerosoft are flat out busy this year. So it's great to see enhancements like this. 1.6 gigs of VRAM in one update. Mad. Anyway, Parallel 42, they made the headlines there last week. They've released Hogsback Ranch for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 and the developer's third native scenery for the new platform. This highly detailed backcountry destination blends luxurious amenities with challenging approaches designed for both PC and Xbox pilots. Located in Tehama County, Northern California, Hogsback Ranch sits on a remote plateau northwest of San Francisco. The site features 2 short runways with dynamic cliffside surroundings, offering both scenic views and a demanding landing condition for STOL and GA pilots. Its secluded setting and premium facilities make it the ideal retreat for bush flying enthusiasts. Look at the state of it. It's a ranch with a fancy gaff and a pool. Some say Edson can be found in the pool at a certain time of day. That's a complete and utter rumour now, don't you know? But you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Look at the detail, though. In-op. That's the best. That says in-op. That's brilliant. The friggin' memorial at the door says in-op. That's excellent. Is there Skodas? I don't know. The table's set with candlelit dinner. There's a game of pool about with people talking about stuff. Jesus, yeah, I don't know. They're horses, by the long face. There's an inflatable donut. And there's people in the STOL club having an owl rave. So they are. Look, they're having a rave. Bit of yoga in the morning. Nothing like it, lads. Right? There's more. There's a fire. There's a fire. It looks really nice. The attention to detail here, lads, frightening when it comes to Parallel 42. They make incredible stuff. Hogsback Ranch is available right now on Parallel 42 for $14 US. Owners of the 2020 version can upgrade for $2 US using the code Hogsback24 up until the 5th of February 2026. Pretty cool. Fully rebuilt for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Fully native. Fully native. Yeah, it's like The Sims, isn't it? Good stuff from Parallel 42. Now, DaVinci releases Senegal's, is it Blaise Diagne International? Let's go with that. Senegal's primary gateway airport, Golf Oscar Bravo Delta, well, it's now arrived in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Released by the developer known as DaVinci, the scenery comes with full PBR custom 4K textures featuring the airport's main terminal with a detailed interior, and the team say that they've included stunning illumination across the entire airport environment for an immersive experience. Additionally, custom designed jetways or up-to-date airport layouts add to the rendition of the African airport, which welcomes flights from across the African continent, Europe, North America, and indeed the Middle East. Located just east of Dakar, the airport hosts a 3,500 metre long runway, has a variety of instrument approaches for pilots to choose from. 2024 version of the scenery is a completely new version of the airport, and the team are offering customers who purchased this in 2020 a discounted upgrade. Ooh. Interior. Senegal, you say? I haven't been. Interesting. Old veteran is here, Scott. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're well. I don't think we've flown in Senegal yet, have we? It's a huge airport, though. That could be a good old A350, you know. Why can't we mention the holes found in the UK roads? Red bar by my name. You have holes in roads. Black Sheep Jean is here. Good day. Watching from the beginning. Good to see you, Jean. Hope all is well. Now, Orbex have released an airport. Roarvik Airport. I don't know if that's how it sounds, but let's go with it. Echo November Romeo Mike Airport has been released from Orbex and developed by Togstad Simulations. The regional Norwegian airport is now available exclusively through Orbex Direct, and it comes compatible with both 2020 and 2024. For those unfamiliar with it, Roarvik is a small town tucked away in Norway's Nordland region. It's not the kind of place that usually makes headlines, but it does hold significance for the surrounding coastline communities, especially with its strong ties to the fishing industry. The airport has been in operation since the late 1960s, and it remains a vital connection for locals and businesses alike. The developer has built the airport with a focus on accuracy and detail. The layout follows current AIP charts, and the airport features fully modelled buildings, some with interiors, along with some PBR textures. There's a custom runway and taxi lighting system, animated animator, and also the nearby bridge, which locals will recognise as a landmark, and which sim pilots can use as a handy VF4 reference. It looks very nice. I love when Orbex kind of put together these small, kind of out-of-the-way little gems of airports. You know what I mean? I've got a headache. I blame Microsoft, says Hayden. Oh, potholes. Holes in roads, potholes. Gotcha. But anyway, good stuff here from Orbex. You can pick it up right now. It's only priced at €11. Jeez, that's not bad. €11 to go flying in Norway. Sweet. Now, staying with Orbex, you all saw this. I'm sure you've heard of it by now. Orbex Jurassic World. Right? They've put the product page live. We had a bit of a trailer where it did the whole do, and that was it. However, this is interesting, right? So they're using the Isla Nublar. Is it? Or Isla Nublar? I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, it is depicted on the operational park, complete with monorails, the Innovation Centre, and other attractions. While the Isla or Isla Sorna remains abandoned, its former facilities slowly overtaken by nature. Alongside the 6 fictional islands of the Murettes Archipelago. The expansion will also include locations on the Costa Rican mainland, Herradura Bay Marina, and also the upgraded version of Juan Santa Maria's International Airport are featured, with the latter housing a Jurassic World themed VIP terminal. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I hope it's not going to be like another Thrustmaster Island, right? Because that was just bonkers. This could be interesting now. So, yes, looking forward to this. What are your thoughts, lads? Would this be on your... Like, I'm sure you're all interested to see what it's about. Or is this something you're very much looking forward to? You know what I mean? Old veterans like, meh. Well, I suppose if the latest Jurassic Park movie that Gibba wasn't too impressed us go out and buy, yeah, we probably won't. You know what I mean? But yeah. But anyway, moving on. UK 2000 have released a new Birmingham airport scenery for Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, we've already gotten a really good Birmingham, but here's another one. Birmingham has a new home in Microsoft Flight Sim thanks to UK 2000. It's available now for both 2020 and 24. The rendition of the UK's 7th busiest airport. It offers simmers a performance-focused option for one of the country's most important aviation hubs. Located just 8 miles southwest of Birmingham city centre, the airport has long played a central role in connecting the West Midlands to the rest of the world. Originally known as Elmdon Airport, there we go. It opened on the 8th of July 1939, only to be requisitioned months later by the Air Ministry. The site became both an RAF and Royal Naval base. Further expansion came much later on. They added new runways in 2014. It's operated by such as EasyJet, Jet2. They do great holidays, I hear. Ryanair and also TUI. Their scenery is designed around a simple principle: prioritize smooth performance over interior exploration. Because, well, they have some real competition here. Because we all saw the, was it Pyreeg who did this? Yeah, it was. Pyreeg did this, and it's absolutely incredible. So UK 2000 definitely going for the lighter on machines kind of stuff here. You know what I mean? But, yeah, not too bad. It's available right now. And you can pick it up priced just over £10 over on Sim Market. Interesting stuff. So the release of scenery comes at a time when Birmingham is already represented at a very high standard. Of course, we checked out the Pyreeg scenery. Now, in other news, Black Square readies real taxiways for Flight Sim 24 with thousands of new signs. I do love me a good taxiway sign. If you've ever been cleared by ATC and Microsoft Flight Sim and found yourself taxiing in circles, hunting for signs that either don't exist or don't match the chart in front of you, well, you know why Black Square's real taxiways can be useful tools for simmers. Now, JustFly has confirmed that a dedicated 2024 version is about to arrive. The publishers say the new build includes thousands of freshly updated taxiway signs, better nighttime emissive lighting, LOD improvements to make sure the signs are visible from further away, and Black Square is essentially tackling the kind of quality of life issues that make a big difference when you're trying to follow ATC instructions. The screenshots Just Flight shared give us a taste of what's new, and there are details you don't see in the default sim, and they're the sort of visual cues that make airports feel closer to the real world counterparts. Now, this is a product they released for 2020. And if you like Black Square, they brought us the TBM, the Dukes, the Starship. We like Black Square. So yeah, this is something I'd say is going to be vital, I would think. Just Flight also slipped in a teaser following the release of Sim Update 3. Black Square plans to bring their other add-ons into 2024, which includes the Beach, Starship, the Duke and Turbine Duke. But for now, real taxiways look like a timely refresh. Default signage has long been one of those death by 1,000 cuts annoyances of Flight Sim. The idea of pulling into the right ramp at the right airport without second guessing in the sim is a small but meaningful step forward. The package is set to release this week. Ooh, interesting. Now, moving on, Key Skies launches a narrated scenic tour over Auckland in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Sim offers countless ways to explore the world, and New Zealand remains one of its most striking regions. For those who like a guided way to discover Auckland from the skies, well, developer Key Skies has released the Auckland Narrated Scenic Tour. It's for 2020 and 2024. The add-on introduces Aroa, and also Tirio, Maori fluent Kiwi narrator, who accompanies you on a 90-minute VF4 journey, blending local humour, cultural stories, Maori legends, and even native bird sounds along the way. The idea is simple. You take off from Ardmore Airport, a custom Kia Skies livery is included, and you fly across Auckland's landmarks. It's available now. It's $7.99 over on their website. I mean, it's a nice touch, but you're only going to really use this once. I mean, if you use something like SayIntentions, you know, with a tour guide that may or may not sound like me, I reckon you can ask him to do bird songs or sounds. You know what I mean? But anyway, nice touch. It's out anyway. It's available now. Now, we're getting there. Jesus. Flight Sim brings a new life to 7 German cities with City Update 12. These all came out together. They released the Chopper, they released the City Update for Germany, and also Sim Update 3, right? Anyway, what have we got here? 7 urban areas across 5 German states, capturing everything from medieval cathedrals, trading hubs to modern ports and academic centres. The areas of significance include that of Augsburg, Bremen, Dresden, Leuven, Kiel, Leipzig and Munster, right? Leipzig. And Munster. Yeah. A closer look. So, just west of Munich, Augsburg was founded in 15 BC by the Irish and became a powerful commercial hub. Ooh, we have a video. This will explain all. Let's watch this.
Hello there.
I have to say, some of that photogrammetry looks absolutely insane. We need to go exploring here. But anyway, tons and tons of detail. It's all photogrammetry and it looks very, very good. So city updates may not carry the same headline weight as new aircraft or major updates, but they quietly transform how familiar routes can look and feel. Germany, already a popular destination for simmers, thanks to the dense network of airports and diverse geography, with City Update 12, cross-country flights in Central Europe will now feel more authentic, and VFR pilots will have plenty of new visual anchors to enjoy along the way. That's pretty cool, right? Would love to go flying and look at all of this side. Now, if I could just get me controllers to work. Oh, Jesus, Scott, really? Yeah, we'll talk about Sim Update 3 here now. But anyway, you need to activate that in your marketplace and then it just streams it to you. Or does it? Now, Microsoft have launched an in-sim market survey to understand your thoughts, right? I've already filled mine out. An initiative by Microsoft and Xbox Research has come online seeking feedback for the in-sim store for Microsoft Flight Sim for both 2020 and 2024. Now, the team are looking to understand simmer habits when it comes to purchasing and renting from the in-sim store. The survey asks many questions relating to the visibility and discoverability of the products, along with how easy it is to filter, search, and purchase. Now, you can also add in your own suggestions if you wish. I did. The survey also asks how it compares between 2024 and 2020, as well as stores outside of the ecosystem itself, right? This is your chance to communicate clearly and directly with developers and stakeholders who build the platform to improve it. You have until last week to complete it. Right, but anyway, there was a survey anyway about the marketplace. Oh, shit. Right, moving on. Sim Update 3, yes, the big news. It has been released and it got a huge round of fixes and improvements. And here it is. Sim Update 3 is live. Mainly, the biggest ability is to locally download packages from your library, right? We also got Faraz, thank you for the follow, my dude. This is potentially huge, right? The ability to locally download packages from the Flight Sim library. Let's just kind of pause here for a moment. The idea behind this gives users the ability to download locally aircraft files and also scenery files instead of having the need to stream them. If you're on a slow connection or it's metered, well, this is definitely your option to start downloading these packages because it means then the sim will run them locally. It doesn't need to be talking to the server and worrying about the server. It just grabs them and it's good to go. Now, I've done a bit of testing with this. I'm still testing it. So far, I am seeing slightly better performance, slightly. I think if you have a fast internet connection with sufficient RAM, it's not really going to make a huge difference to you. But certainly if your internet speed, is not fully there yet, or you're having issues with your system, this is definitely a way to do it. This is definitely a way to get you more control of the sim, right? Now, we kind of have these options already. Considering we have a community folder, you can dump in your add-ons from, well, anywhere, right? When you download the official stuff, or from the marketplace, which you can do now, it's pretty much the very same. You're just using them locally. So the verdict is still out on me on saying, is this now a massive update? I did do a couple of flights between airports that I had downloaded locally. Then I deleted them, deleted the scenery cache files. Then I flew back to them in the sim in real time. And I have to say, using them in an offline or local state, downloaded, they performed a little bit better. There was less stutters, there was no sudden jitters or jaunts on touchdown. But my testing has been limited, so I can't tell you categorically, yes, it is better. It's lukewarm, So that's one thing. On the presentation side, the developers have polished the user interface with subtle fade-in animations across the marketplace, profile, challenges, and career menus. I didn't see that whatsoever on any bug list. Did you? Yeah, I want the interface to be subtle fade in. No. And in actual fact, I think what they've done here, well, they've kind of half shagged the UI system because of this. And this is where I'm at. I put a post out earlier on Discord, and the same on YouTube, where I'm talking about there's a bug in the sim with Sim Update 3. There's a few, but there's one in particular whereby if you open and close menus, after a few moments, your FPS will drop and the sim turns into a stutterfest. and there's no way to fix it. You have to restart it, right? This is not unique to flight sim. This happened on other platforms before. This happens quite a lot, right? Not only does it happen with games, even on the likes of OBS, which is, broadcasting software, right? I need to cough, hang on. It's broadcasting software. If you use a fade transition, right, it's using UI stuff that Windows has built into it, and it can considerably tank your machine. It builds its own cache of all of these kind of things, opening and closing and graphics drawing and all of this, right? I think this is the cause of why we have a long pause in some of the menu systems. When you turn on the sim, you have about a 2 or 3 second delay. It just freezes, right? No one asked for this. This isn't quality of life. Who actually cared about doing that? Presentation side, really? Get the thing to load faster. That's presentation. Look how quick you can get from this screen to that screen without having to click this, then click that, then configure it, then click that, go over and click this, go back into that, click that button, scratch your head, click the other button, scratch your leg, and then hit go fly. That's presentation. Remove all the stuff, right? But anyway, this is what we got, and now there's a bug. I reckon it's to do with something. It has to be something to do with this, right? Anyway, there's very little we can do. As I said, I put out a post on Discord. There are some things you can try locally, but I honestly think it's on the Asobo side to fix it. They'll fix it. But I just hope we don't have to wait 2 months. Remember the delay on the controller profiles? It's a huge improvement, but it's not 100%. But anyway, we'll get to that. Visual settings also got some new some attention. New passive aircraft quality option. It lets players fine-tune how ground parked aircraft are displayed at airports. And a big one here for Xbox users, they now have graphic controls for fauna density, ground vehicles, and also crowd levels. This is quite good for the Xbox guys. The real muscle of Sim Update 3 is in the stability and performance. According to the release notes, they've reduced VRAM usage in several areas, including company name textures, improved boot and loading times, fixed some crashes on Xbox tied to booting with too many packages, patched VR issues, duplicated cockpit elements and WASM texture corruption, and optimized avatar thumbnails and the cabin service loading. Sim Update 3 doesn't add new aircraft or missions, but it does strengthen the foundation of Flight Sim 2024 as much as Sim Update 1 and 2 did before that. Now, we'll pull up the handbrake. I tend to agree with an awful lot of what has been said there. I am getting better performance. The sim is looking better. The lighting is better. Clouds are all doing their stuff better. Shadows are better. Textures a little bit more crispy. Faster loading times. The rain effects looking absolutely superb. But it's not without a couple of more issues thrown in. There's a few new bugs after getting thrown into the mix. But let's see now what's the time between Sim Update 3 and Sim Update 4, right? Maybe there's scope that, Microsoft say, well, we'll do a 3.5 update and then go to 4. Who knows? But there are workarounds. However, if you do have that issue whereby your FPS is tanked, not much you can do. Prepare for slideshow landings. Nothing you can do. And it tends to be when you're in and out of the landings. It probably depends on the aircraft as well. And as always, you need to be super careful when you're putting in anything that changes the UI of the sim. And that includes third-party products that have their own menu system or that utilize the EFB. Any of those could be the issue. We don't really know yet. You know what I mean? My final thoughts for Sim Update 3, based on the usage I've given it, and we've only flown it a little bit, Sim Update 3 to me is what we should have got on day one. It definitely, Sim Update 3 looks the same as what I tested over in Arizona, for the most part. I mean, it was that sort of, oh yeah, look at this. You know what I mean? So, yes, very good. Murphy, why won't they just start pumping out hotfixes? Because a hotfix will fix one thing and break 1,000 others. It's a very delicate ecosystem, and probably because it's on Xbox as well, But one of the things is, why do you need to restart the flight to turn on multiplayer? but you can go into data and turn it on and off while in flight. In fact, Flow Pro could do this without restart. Yeah, look, there's still a lot of stuff to be done, don't get me wrong. Sim Update 3, from the release notes, like there's a lot of fixes gone into this. Lots. If we were to go look at like the releases, or the amount of stuff here, this is probably the largest update bug fixing campaign we've ever seen in the franchise, right? A lot of it has to do with LOD, right? A lot of it. There's also a lot of it to do with the SDK. So, I mean, I'm just scrolling through pages of it. Like, there's tons of stuff. This is a massive update. And the residual headaches that we have a handful of bugs. It's a handful of bugs, right? So I think this is a giant leap in the right direction. I'd love to see some of the other bugs just getting tidied up. Multiplayer still really hasn't gotten the bells and whistles that we want, although we do have additional options for controlling, characters and avatars and all this kind of stuff. But by and large, I think it's performing better. I've had one CTD so far. I blame the scenery on that. It was third party, so let's see what happens. But Sim Update 3 is out, and it was something that Mr. TPHI was saying to me the other day. I'll probably do a full kind of setup and settings guide again based on what I run, visuals and all that sort of jazz. So if you guys are interested, let me know. We can plan it for a stream coming soon. Now, we're nearly there. Honeycomb have launched a budget-friendly yoke for Microsoft Flight Sim beginners. Ooh. Honeycomb Aeronautical added a new product to its lineup, the Alpha Flight Control Lite. It's a $200 yoke designed with entry-level simmers in mind. After years of producing higher-end hardware like the Alpha Yoke and Bravo Throttle Quadrant, Honeycomb is now aiming at those who want the essentials without investing in a full-featured cockpit right away. It's without a doubt an important moment for Honeycomb. The company's recent history has been turbulent, with production and distribution issues making headlines. Yet, the company seems to have moved over those issues, and it's reaching the market with fresh hardware releases. The Alpha Lite is a clear attempt to lower the barrier of entry to Microsoft Flight Sim, who want dedicated yoke at a more accessible price point. At first glance, the Alpha looks like a simplified version of the original Alpha yoke, the Alpha Lite. It keeps the 180-degree yoke rotation, a solid steel shaft and self-centering mechanism. All the key ingredients for smooth pitch and roll are there, but it drops some of the more advanced features like its bigger sibling, focusing instead on the basics. It has a POV hat switch, 2 rocker switches, and 4 programmable buttons. That's it. No ignition, no toggles for lights or avionics, just the essentials. Interesting. Plug and play with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, pardon me, and for 2024, Honeycomb is providing a mapping guide so users can get set up quickly. Good stuff from Honeycomb. So you can pick it up now, $199.99, including VAT, over on the Honeycomb website. Something I'd be interested in taking a look at to see. It's still 200 quid for a yoke. It ain't cheap. Like, none of this gear is cheap. 200 quid for a yoke. You know what I mean? No throttle. Nothing. It's just a yoke. That's, I think, a little bit high, lads, a little bit high. But anyway, Wingflex have announced the RMP Combo Cube, an upcoming A320 overhead. Ooh, they say. And, Murph, I don't recall if you've reviewed the American Scout. We're doing it next week, Heisenberg. We're doing that one next week. Wingflex have continued to expand its Cube series modular cockpit hardware with the launch of the Combo Cube. Alongside this, the company has confirmed an A320 overhead cube will release in September. Ooh. Also unveiling a new full-size hardware planned for later in 2025. The RMP Combo Cube, released in July, integrates 4 Airbus cockpit functions into one single modular radio management panel, an XPD, TCAS and ATC message autoland indicators, 80% scale unit with compact in design but offers full functionality. We're all looking at this going, we want one of those. That's clipped in behind a monitor, so you'd be that's a good idea. Right? And with lights built in as well. What are your thoughts on this, lads? You're probably like me going, I need that. Yes, exactly that. Pretty cool looking, isn't it? I think that's awesome looking. And whatever way it's going to clip onto a TV or a monitor, or maybe it needs its own little base station or whatever, I think that's pretty cool. How heavy is it? Mustn't be too bad. But anyway, more details when we see them, right? The combo cube, that's part of the stuff here, right? And of course, they're looking at throttles and all this jazz as well. Wingflex are doing pretty cool stuff. And Mr. Two-Tone says, what? Right? Yeah, it's lighting. It's lighting for the stream. See? Chris Van Halen, good to see you, Chris. Hope you're well. I'm impressed with this. This looks deadly. Do you know? Now, finally, Just Sim have released Nice Côte d'Azur for X-Plane 12. Scenery developer Just Sim have released a new scenery for X-Plane 12, Nice Côte d'Azur. Lima Fox Mike November. South of France, now available, and the scenery is in the newest of the NG series product line. The airport positioned right on the waters of the Mediterranean in an area that is known as the French Riviera. Ooh, very nice. The airport sees a lot of passenger traffic, and I have to say, it looks terribly nice in the world of X-Plane. Look at the detail there, look. That'll look great in the new kitchen, right? Listen. Say nothing. Look at the lighting. Look, we'll say nothing, and it'll just appear someday. You know, and like it'll be up here on my screen. It'll be up high. Like, need to get one of those. But anyway, a new scenery for X-Plane. It's available now for $18.50 over on the xplane.org store. And yeah, great stuff from Just Sim, and it's a beautiful looking scenery. Look at the interior done as well. Look, that's fantastic. I need to have an outflight in X-Plane soon. But anyway, that concludes the news. And now we get to check out some stuff. Are we ready, friends? There was a lot of news, wasn't there? Yeah, Murphy. You ever shut up? What? So, CRZ Studios. The aeroplane manufacturer Chinook SJ for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's a brand new release from a brand new developer. They're thrilled to announce the release of the Chinook SJ add-on. It's a two-seat single-engine pusher configuration aircraft, high-wing ultralight, designed for the rigours of flight training and extreme bush flying. You can pick up this aircraft right now, priced at £19.99. Well, what are we getting for our investment? Well, it's highly detailed. They've meticulously recreated a 3D model of this kit-built aircraft part by part. It's using the real-world assembly manuals to ensure unparalleled accuracy and detail in every component. Accurately reproduced, including fully modelled and animated control surfaces, mechanical linkages, as well as a fully functional cockpit, and systems authentically reproduced and modelled even down to individual removable fuses. Bush flying and STOL, perfect for rugged airstrips and short takeoff landing adventures. You're really able to explore parts of the simulation world that just other aircraft cannot reach. Multiple liveries, a selection of liveries are available, or you can create your own. And a shout out to the developer for making me own lovely little and gorgeous. It's also going to be kind of modular.
Behave.
Buttons are being pressed. Dennis C, thank you very much indeed. You just pressed a button and it all went haywire. What an absolute ledge. Member for 6 months. Thank you so very, very much indeed. Dennis C, you're a legend. The idea with this, over time, you're going to be able to upgrade the engines, changing from the Rotax 58.2 all the way up to the 912. So, because it is a brand new developer, we haven't seen their work before, well, what are we getting here in terms of an aircraft? Well, let's explore what we have. We'll start off at the very, very small details. And there's details galore. Rivets. Look at the rivets. Screws. Perfectly placed. I mean, this thing looks incredible. The detailing is excellent. Now, we can argue the toss and say, look, it is a small aeroplane. Doesn't take away from the level of detail. So much so. Look at the bungees on the struts here, coming in around to the back of the brakes, right? Lines, like, look. Even the Jubilee clip is modelled, for crying out loud. Riveting. It is riveting. We also have some remove before flight options here as well. Now these happy little fellas here, these are external fuel tanks, would you believe? And they're an optional click of a button. You don't need them there, and they will affect the flight model. But if you're going to do slightly longer range, well, that's where they go. It's quite a simplistic looking aircraft. I mean, it's a tail dragger in a push configuration with a Rotax engine. It's very much, you know, I've built this in my garage and we're going to go flying in it. I kind of like it. there's something about this. This machine has character. And then we look at the detailing on the leading edge of the wing, all the way down onto the... we can see the spars going across here as well, look. Fuel tanks up on the top. Like, it's just stunning. Now, when it comes to de-icing or any of that jazz, well, forget about it. Not going to happen. However, when you see the shape of the wing, modern LEDs there for your strobes, also some nice nav lights. Then we have our ailerons, and there's flaps on this aircraft as well. Here we have the beautiful Rotax engine, and look at the detail. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, lads? Look at the detail from the radiator in the back, exhausts, the prop. Jesus! Dennis C, you mad thing! $20 donation. Thank you very, very much indeed. What a legend! Dennis, thank you very much indeed. Flapperons, indeed. Flapperons, right? Look at the detail on the prop. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Stunning detail. And again, you can get right up close and personal to the engine itself. I mean, we have the Rotax sign there, and then the decals. Look at the detail. Made in Austria. That's the engine, a serial number, right? Like, it's incredible the detail that's on this little machine. Lots and lots of stuff to be kind of exploring and checking out. And it's weird because it's such a small little plane, right? It's tiny. It's an ultralight. Serial number down here. Chinook SJ. All the information, right? And then, you know what I mean? That's on the livery. And it's upside down. Isn't that brilliant? That's brilliant. Fantastic stuff. So, yeah. Look at the details. Look. Like, Jesus, lads. Reflections where they need to be. Wear and tear where it needs to be. It is simply gorgeous. Even here, look.
Oh, Jesus.
It's pretty, it's savage, isn't it? So, how does it fly, you ask? Well, why don't we jump inside the cockpit, get it up and running, and see what it can do, right? So, welcome to the cockpit. Now, we do have beautiful doors and windows here, and the sound changes when you open them. And we also have doors in the back to bring all of your friend. It's a two-seater.
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off, there's no refunds. It's a two-seater, right? And what we have, again, what you see on the inside, very much from the outside when it comes to all the detailing here. I mean, right, there's nothing else to be added to this. It's an exceptional simulation. Yeah, it says Skoda. And then we just have a look at the detailing, right? And the movement. Everything here moves. Isn't that class? All the cables, the pulleys, it's done really, really well. Really, really well. Come back here now, Jemima, for a minute. I didn't see this. This aircraft is amateur built, does not comply with the federal safety regulations for standard aircraft. Fair enough. Okay, so what do we have in here? Well, left-hand side, that's where all the action is, all right? Come on down here, we start taking a look. So we can see rudder pedals in the back and the front, right? We have audio equipment in here. Individual fuses, that's right, you've heard it. They're actual fuses. Like what you'd find in your car. And they're written down here what they are. Nav lights, strobe lights. Isn't that really cool? That's really cool. So we'll close that out the way. Moving forward now, we have a Hobbs meter, we have our voltage, we have our light controls, engine start switch, we have a throttle. This little handle down here, this is your flaps. Flapper-ons, right? But then fully forward, please. What else do we have? Our main displays. CHT, EGT, engine temperature, oil and pressure, airspeed indicator, altimeter, and our vertical speed. And we also have an RPM. Max RPM 6,500. All right? Quite basic. So let's get it all shut down, and or closed up rather, and we'll go for an L jaunt here. All the click spots work. I'm going to keep... I should have opened my door. Open my door and we'll hop out and we'll My door is open. I need to hop out and remove these remove before flight. So come on up here. We have the pillow cover right at the front. And we have some chocks. And I think that's it. Fully compatible with the Flight Sim 2024 walk-around mode. Sweet. In we go. Door is closed. Are we ready? We'll give it a blast. Quite simple. So we'll start off with our master battery switch. Nav lights on. Throttle. Open it a smidgen. Fuel indicators. They're usually up here somewhere. They are. You'll see them in the vanes there. Look. I'll try and get you a view that you can kind of half see them. There's the fuel, right? So we're okay for fuel. So, there's no mags, I think. I think we just start her up, don't we? Let's see what happens. We give it a blast. 1, 2, 3. We'll open the door so we can get some exterior sounds from that engine behind us. And we shall say, clear prop! I didn't do a thing. What didn't I do? Oh wait, the fuel, Muppet. You Muppet! Our fuel shut-off valves, left and right. Ah, now we're threshing. Ah, brilliant! I forgot about those. Clear prop! Again! It's a little road tags. Sounds nice, right? Exterior. Sounds are doing what sounds should do. Sounds good. Stock arrow sounds. Nice. Beautiful modelling. It's pretty. Right. Can it fly though? There's no parking brakes, so we're just going to manoeuvre our way forwards here. Easy now. Alright, let's see what happens. Are we ready, sports fans? Power coming in. Takeoff power set. Speed alive. There's the tail off the ground. There's 50 miles an hour. Yep, you divil it. And we are airborne. Ramble over this way. You can really feel the wing drop in the turns. It actually handles quite differently. It handles differently than what you would expect. It doesn't have that fast, nimble responsiveness. It actually feels a little bit heavy in the turns. But it's very easy to control. So ease back the power. Easy now. So the view is quite like the it's quite like the double ender in terms of what you're looking at outside. But it's very pretty. Very pretty. It's mad looking.
It's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Hans Gruber, good to see you. Bogey's airspeed not sufficient for intercepts. Suggest we get out and walk. Purple Kona, thank you very much indeed for your 46 months, man. Jesus. Isn't it cool looking? Heavy on the brakes on landing and you're going to bury it. Pretty easy to manhandle. Yep. And like you'll notice even with the wheels now, because the weight has gone off the struts, like it's careful now you don't make a balls, Murph. It's very well done. It's very well modelled, isn't it? It's gorgeous. There's a bit of a beach down here. Let's see if we can put her down. So throw in a little bit of flapperons. Easy now. Get her speed right down the hill. Not enough speed, it'll jump you out, it'll just drop out of the sky. But some quite nice. The Ripper 75, thank you very much indeed. Mind the rocks now, Murphy. Don't burst into those. Let's give ourselves a little bit of leeway. Alright. Bush plane extraordinaire, I wish. But you get the idea.
It's the pilot.
Isn't it cool looking, lads? Look at that.
Oh, behave.
There's stuff happening all over the place. Jesus, who's in charge now? Cold Naval, thank you for your bits. What an absolute ledge. I think you should try to fly it inverted. I'll give it a shot. Mac Manser loves the visibility. It's very pretty, isn't it? Is there a way to turn off reflections on the cockpit glass? Not that I'm aware of. But then Baz is in the chat there, lads. Any questions? Baz, I'm not sure. Is that even something on your roadmap? How soon can we get airborne? That's going to be the question. 30 miles an hour. 40. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. Oh no, we're getting the drink. Get out of the drink. There you go. Easy now. Into the drink a little bit. Go on, you devil. Go on, you devil. Get into the drink. Yes. Loads of fun. I think we already have reflections as a bug fix tweak. Ah, nice. Good stuff. Now, in terms of inverted Mrs. GPHI, I don't think she's going to like that. No, it's not going to like that at all. But try and get some speed up. Float's coming at version 1.2. Nice. It's a very pretty little plane. And it's so different. Like, this is not your conventional kind of... Like, there's nothing conventional about this at all. It just looks different. It flies different. We'll try now an external camera landing, will we? What can I do across the pond? Are we going to keep your livery in our package? Absolutely, Baz. Jeez, what an honour, man. What an honour. Right, let's see what happens. Leave it up to the missus. She'll get anything inverted. Challenge accepted. Mrs. TPHI will be able to fly inverted. Easy now. Look how slow we're going now, look. Easy. That's impressive, isn't it? That's very, very good, isn't it? Very, very good. CRZ Studios, lads, congratulations on this. It's your first release. And it's cool, man. It's roaring with character. And like, oh Jesus, go handy. You put it out in locations like this. If anyone wants to know where I am at an airport of Oscar Romeo 01. I think it's Temperance Creek. So that's Oscar Romeo 01. That's where I'm located. But CRZ Studios, what an incredible first release. Can't wait to see what else you do, guys. It's a very cookie little plane. It really is ideal for kind of these mountain flights. You know, you land, you shut it all off, break out your tents. You know what I mean? Now, how do we kill it? Ah, that's how we kill it. It's very good, isn't it? Pretty cool. My kind of aircraft, yeah. Very, very good. And there is great detail here. The reflections, maybe they could do with a tone down, but like the instruments, look at the detail on the friggin' instruments. Look at that, lads. It's incredible. Jesus, incredible. Right, we shall continue on. Next up, we have an aircraft from Carenado, the B55. Let's have a look at this. So B55, in you go, you big Jesse, and we'll go somewhere else in the world. And let's see what happens here. Cockspur dev team, Seb, where are we at with your 37 months? Thank you very, very much indeed. Good to see you. Rico Flight, where do I get it? Tell us the price. You can get it over on their website. It's coming to Marketplace soon, and it's priced at £19.95. Link going into the chat right now. You're just east of Imnaha, about 20 miles from my family cabin. Digital Mark, no way, man. Oh, it's in the Marketplace now, lads. There you go. You can get it in the Marketplace. Sweet. Right, where are we going? Kerry, get in here now. I've also noticed a bug. Really, Murphy? A bug, you've noticed. So the time is shagged in Sim Update 3. And also, if you have thunder in one flight, it'll join you into your next flight until you clear the weather. Even on live weather, you'll still have thunderstorms. Very strange. But anyway, we continue on. So this from Caronado. Let's have a gawk at this machine as everything loads in. Any other second now? There we are. So Carenado aircraft, they're always stunning looking. So you know, they're some of the best in the business when it comes to visuals of what we have on offer here, right? And it's very, very good to see. So we're going to remove the rain cover and we'll jump in. Then we'll immediately jump out. We have to remove all the before flight stuff. So you can go around to each individual station. It's fully working with the 2024 native walk around. Nice to see. I'm lazy. I have a button bound to that. So let's have a look. So before we check out the cockpit outside, because we want to have a look at the detailing here. And as I say, Carenado, they very little explanations are needed here. Their stuff always looks great. Beautiful, in fact, when it comes to modeling and texture work and all the jazz. Really, really nice. I mean, look at the reflections here in the wing, looking back up to that engine. Continental stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's stunning. The wing looks incredible. Lights. Stall warning, that's for your sensor. Great detail on the landing gear, great detail on the prop spinners and inside into your rads and your air take. It's just done to a very high standard. The looks of this plane, absolutely incredible. And it comes with a load of liveries. Excellent, right? So, what about the inside? Well, welcome to the inside. And straight away you'll see, well, it's quite compact. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. And when we look around the cabin, it's the same level of detail what we've seen outside. Beautiful detail on the seats, on the windows and the doors. There are some clickable areas, or is it just the main cabin door? Is it just the main cabin door? Yeah. I wish they wouldn't do that. Carenado, you need to stop doing that. Sometimes you just like to open the door. But you'll see from the textures here, lads, look at the detail. Isn't this superb? Like, that is superb modelling. Even the, Jesus, even the reflection from the writing is coming down. Look at that. Incredible, right? Incredible. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at some of the features, and we can find them inside the inbuilt EFB. And what we can change here, we are currently running with the Aspen Avionics Suite, the EFD. You can turn that off and you get your traditional HSI and Artificial Horizon. But let's go with the owl Aspen for the moment. When it comes to your GPS options, again, it'll work with the Asobo GNS stuff, or you can go with the fancier stuff. I have the PMS stuff installed. That's what I'm going to use there. So there are options for the aircraft. Nice, we get some good options when it comes to our avionics. Click spots, we can remove the controls, and that shows all your main panels. Again, it's done very, very well. So let's put a bit of power into this machine, and we shall have a now look to see what's going to happen. So we have a master battery switch. That'll start breathing life into the aircraft. Nav light, come on. We have fuel valves down at the bottom. Open them. Batteries coming on, you can hear the gyro starting to spin. And what else? Fuel pumps. Mixtures. Open a window. And when we start the engines on this, you need to look at the animations on the dash. Are we ready? So we're going to go for the right hand side first. Right, left, both. Clear, prop. And let's see what happens. Let's go for the right side. And just look at the shake on the dash. It's beautifully done. Very nice. Very, very nice. Real beefy sounds too. Close the window. Alternators on. Fuel pumps off. Avionics master switch coming on. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds real good. Okay, why isn't this guy working? There we go. Little restart and it does it. Now the good news is all of the circuit breakers work, right? Now our first bug, if you turn on the nav light, sorry, if you turn on the beacon light, well inside you don't notice anything. Outside, that's a bit of a glaring problem, don't you know? How did that bug get past any sort of testing? Like, what? So you can fix it, but just leave your beacon light off. Beacon light off. It's grand. The beacon light was shagged with the update, really? Okay. So that's a bug, you need to watch for that. Now, when we're looking at some stuff here, we have a lot of options, right? So, for example, we can change all our details here. This is currently being used as a HSI. If you go into the menu system, you can change all of this. Radar altitude, we'll go ahead and turn it on. And we can also set the value, decision height. Auto course, arc mode, keep it on HSI. So it's quite good. This is quite good, right? What else do we have? This all works. Come on over here. Transponder standby. Weather radar, that works. Terrain. Main menu. And all our dials seem to be working pretty well. Pretty well. So much so, if we start messing around with the alternators,
Jesus.
right, you're going to see some spikes on the alternator loads. So for example, see the load in here? I'll try and get a better camera position. See the load? You're focusing here and here. If I turn off the right alternator, the left one should shoot up to take its load. And it does. It's fully modelled. Put them back to both, turn off the left alternator, on the right side fires up. Perfect. The same is said for the run-up tests, mags, cycling the prop. All that works. So it's actually very, very good. Kenneth, good to see you. What else do we have? We have a prop sink down the bottom. We also have cowl flaps which are visible underneath the aircraft. So they're closed for now. Park and brake is already engaged. The lighting on this thing, except for that friggin' beacon light, the lighting on this is quite outstanding. So, we're going to bring up our instrument lights because I want to show you what the lighting looks like. It is very, very pretty in here. Look at the lighting. And they're all on dimmer switches, so we can control all of this. Somewhere. There. Pretty good. The prop sync fuse is the only one permanently off. Can't move left. Oh, you can't move it. The prop sync. Interesting. Isn't the lighting gorgeous? And like, we go ahead and turn on all the stuff because they're using volumetric lights. Bar that beacon light because it's shagged, right? Like, the lighting on this machine, gorgeous. But I think the beacon light is shagged. It just shouldn't be like that. Looks alright there at night time. And it is a rotating beacon. It's just this light here is shagged. We get a rotating beacon. Pretty cool, right? So, all credit to them. This is a really nice airplane. So let's go ahead and bring the time of day up. Mind your eyes. And, well, let's see, can she move? So we're going to go off the brakes. And we'll taxi it out here. Alternator warning switches as well. You turn off one alternator. So like, they've actually done a lot of work on this, which is great to see. Flaps. Good sounds. Nice, right? And it sounds loud. Look at the size of the props. Alright, so head over to the runway. It's a beautiful cockpit, I gotta say. It's a nice place to sit. And the autopilot is decent as well, albeit in a hard location. But it works. Right. We'll take off and give it a quick run, right? The sounds. Speed alive. 80 knots. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate and indicating. Gear up. Flaps in. Yaw dampener on. Yeah, the Seneca, that'd be great if that got an update. And cool the beans. And this is kind of your cruise. As in cruise power settings. There's a bug there in the lights as well. They droop underneath the airplane. See the light just below the landing gear for the front wheel? We can live with that. What do you think of it, lads? The Carenado B55. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is one of their best yet. It's gorgeous. Very functional. It flies well. Maybe a little bit misbehaving on your pitch sensitivity, but you can bring that back yourself. But by and large, it's a great. How's the pitch? Yeah, not great, Hans. Not great. A little bit oversensitive, look. I'm only barely inputting that. but you can dial it out. Now, I think the roll is a little bit off as well, right? Old Teeter's good to see you, buddy. The trim is very good. I'm worried about the roll rate. I'm not really thinking this thing was capable of being like a jet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll do a bit of a roll here, look. Yeah, little bit, isn't it? So, I think you need to, you know, dampen down your own control inputs. It'll make it a lot better and easier to fly. But they're simple fixes to work around, you know? But the aircraft itself, I mean, it's stunning, man. It's absolutely stunning. Looks great, sounds great, flies great. Couple of small little bugs, but they'll get them. Like they, you know, like they just will. It's a gorgeous looking plane though, and I love that livery. Very pretty, isn't it? If you want to have a look at the gear animation. Easing out. Very smooth, very pretty. This is just a nice plane to go flying in. Now, it's not a Duke. The Dukes have us ruined, but you get the idea, right? I mean, look at from Caronado. This is a solid aircraft, and it's great to see them moving in this direction. Adding in the physics, you know, the dashboard shaking and rattling and rolling. Pretty nice. Now, what if we wanted to get, you know, creative? So, right engine dead, feather. Keep an eye. Right engine feathered. See this shaking and rattling on the dash? Left engine's doing all the work. Unfeather. There she spins. Fuel. Let's try it on the right side. And the plane really reacts to this. Hear that bassy sound? All the shaking, look. You can always try this one inverted. Look at the shaking, look. Feather. There she goes. Fuel. My magnetic compass is doing something weird. Okay, your magnetic compass is shagged as well, look. They need to fix that. We're in the Bermuda Triangle of the county of Kerry. Okay, there's another bug found. But apart from that, solid release from Carenado, I think. Moving on. We have two left. What time are we? Oh, we'll nearly make it. Right, next up is this. Nemeth Design. Now, I can't say I'm a huge fan of this developer because, well, I'm not, right? But I've good reason. Because they're very slow with updates, right? Like, I mean very slow with updates. And what kind of has me a little bit lost with this aircraft, this got a lot of publicity at Gamescom. So much so they had a pilot there, a real-world pilot who uses the aircraft, and I don't think he was on the same wavelength as everyone else. And you'll see why now in a moment, right? So it's native to 24, so we get things like our remove before flight, right? So pitot covers, engine intake, I think that's it. Rotor blades. And I think that's us good to go in terms of removing our before flight, right? Now, visually, yeah, it's nice. There's lovely details on it. Deliveries are decent. It just doesn't seem... There's something off about it. I don't know what it is. I can't put me finger on it, but anyway. Let us jump inside. And, well, straight up you're greeted with a beautiful steam-gauged cockpit, right? Very pretty. Beautiful layout, right? And it looks, from initially, this thing looks very, very nice indeed. Loads of buttons to press, including the overhead. Circuit breakers galore, right? So there's a bit of stuff going on here. So let's think about bringing some power into this. And, well, how does it fly? So, master battery. Was a loud switch. So High Performance Group did the H135, which was free. And to be honest, that was very good. I'm a little bit confused. The generators say they need to be turned on when you start the engine on this. I don't think that should be the case. And I can't control the throttle. I mean, yeah, I've plenty of use of the collective, but when it comes to moving the throttle, I'm a little bit lost. And the sounds... you know. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. So, let's have a look. In terms of getting this machine into the air, inverters, avionics, fuel, position, lights, they're grand. Leave them off the moment. These guys are a little bit slow to move. Right, so there's our lighting. Double check the buses. Reset the bus ties. Now, you'd usually do this after. Right, they're all grand. Fire extinguisher stuff. There's a whole load of checks for fire extinguishers, but you can't do that with them. Let's have a look down here. This screen, I'm not sure how this really works. I mean, I can see some information. But then it starts getting a bit upset because, like... Oh no, it's actually working okay now. Never mind. Right, caution page. Engine fail, that's okay. That's okay. Right, they're all okay. Transmission oil, engine 1, engine 2 oil, temperatures, they're all grand. Master caution. Altimeter reset, barrel reset, which is there. Smoke seatbelt lights are on. Compass, free slave, or adjust, leave it alone. Can't interact with any of this stuff. We do have a little timer down here though, and a voltmeter. Temperature 15 degrees. We have a stopwatch there as well. These don't work, unfortunately. What do we have down here? Air, heating, autopilot stuff, I would imagine. Intercom. Don't know what that does. You also have different variants, so you can go search and rescue. That's what this one is. Air ambulance. So there are some nice options with it, right? There are some nice options. When it comes to the back here, I think we have switches for lights, I think. Yeah, we got some switches back here for lights. Nice touch. I don't think we can open the doors, though. No, I don't think we can open these doors. That's a bit of a shortcoming, I thought. You can't open the doors. Okay. Can we start up the machine? This is going to be the main question.
Oh, Jesus.
Generators on, which is weird. And left engine coming up. Or engine 1, right? And we shall review it. There's movement. Inverters are giving power now. N1 is rising. Then it kind of jumps. I'm not sure about that startup logic. Like that's engine explodes neck of the woods. Know what I mean? Like it's a FADEX system, so who knows? Let's have a listen to it. Yeah, 100% Scott. The engine is technically burnt out, but I can't control it. Bald Eagle, thank you very much indeed. What a ledge. 29 months. Cheers, buddy. Like, when it comes to the startup, I can't adjust the throttle setting.
Hello there.
It keeps reverting back. So, I don't know. That's maybe a bug. Volucius, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Alright, consider us powered up. Landing light on. Okay, we're good. Right. How does it fly? Because that's what it's all about. Jesus, we just got a massive raid of raiders of raiding. Katie Pilot, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are keeping well. Welcome to the news. We've moved on now to this helicopter. It's the EC135. The last of the make good aircraft for Flight Sim 2024, along with Sim Update 3, and we're just taking this out for a quick jaunt to see what it's all about, and then we're going to be showcasing myself. We're going to be showcasing the a Freeware Avro Anson coming up next. Tonight we showcased the CRZ Chinook SJ, beautiful little bush outback aircraft. We also had a look at Carenado's B55, so it's been a busy one, but I hope you had an awesome stream. You're very good. Thank you so much indeed for the raid, and welcome in everybody. Hope you enjoyed Katie's stream and you're having a great evening. And yeah, this is a lot of news was covered tonight, and this one here being the 135. We're on the ground here at Kerry Airport. This one from Bills. So hopefully I don't, you know, end up in a terrible mess. So let's see how this rolls. So adding in some collective, getting ready on me anti-torque pedals. Bit of power coming in. Trying to find the sweet spot. Don't hit the truck, whatever you do. Easy. Ourselves a little bit of a turn here. Craig, good to see you. You got news, you finally got helicopters working. Good man yourself. Delighted for you. The virtual skies are no longer safe. Fly with Craig is now flying choppers. Katie, do you fly choppers? Can you fly choppers? Well, there's something you don't see every day. Come on, Rex, up the yard.
Oh, behave.
Ah, Craig, thank you very much indeed for the bits. That's like a weird vortex thingy on my screen, look. It's like wake turbulence or something. Right, easy now. Now, it's given out that my prime fuel pumps are still on. Let's not worry about that for the moment. Right, Horse Indio Collective. There's no rotor slap, which is unfortunate. Easy now. And it shakes an awful lot as well. News, thank you very much indeed, you legend. Greg, go to bed. You do off stream sometimes because I keep embarrassing flying to yourself. The choppers are getting so good. So good. Like this one, it's freeware, but like, I don't know. Like its handling it's a little bit off. The startup logic, it doesn't seem, maybe it is, but it doesn't seem right. In terms of its inputs, it gets really out of shape when you kind of, I'll show you, right? So, to get this into like, you know, a VRS, which is like a vortex ring state, right? Which you can do. However, when you try to correct it, I'll show you what happens, right? So that's VRS now, right? If I add collective in, like it's immediately like I'm fully on me right anti-torque pedal, which is full right rudder to correct that. It's weird. We'll try it a bit more now. We'll put a bit of speed to this while we do it.
To look at this big Jesus.
Jesus. If the Maker program didn't exist, they would have been charging for this. Yeah. Right, so let's see what we can do here. So, hold. Like, it starts, right? There's a level of where, like, a chopper should behave, and then it shouldn't. That just doesn't feel right, what it's doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be able to do, like, not this aggressive, look. Like, it's a stunt aircraft, maybe.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
See this, though, look, it's like, it just shouldn't be able to do this sort of stuff. And that's not using a whole lot of collective either, you know what I mean? I hit the ground. For instance, right, let's take her down. Gently. And then collective in, right? Which I suppose isn't too bad. Collective out. Like at some stage it'll hit VRS, and then to correct it, like see the, like now it turns to the right. It's mad.
Can I get a refund?
Does it want to go right or left? It's just the handling is off. You know what I mean? Raise temp is gonna see it. Yeah, to me, this flies okay at higher speed, but low speed it's all over the place. Yeah. Like when you, it's weird. It's like there's torque or P factor going on here that it's opposite to what you think it should. Like, I'm not saying it's terrible. It's not terrible. But, like, any endorsement from real-world pilots saying, yeah, this is really, like, what did they fly it with? A friggin' Xbox controller? Do you know what I mean? It looks the part, sure. Sounds are, well, the sounds aren't really there, are they? I mean, this thing should be making all... I've flown one of these. And, like, yes, they are nimble. They are nimble. I mean, you control them around the place, but not like this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like the Aircore have 135s, and I've been joyrided in them many times. It's just like, it's not terrible. It comes with nice liveries. The sounds aren't great, and the handling is off. Now, what are you expecting from like a free airplane or a free aircraft? Probably not a lot. You know what I mean? Fly Inside are very good PQ, yeah man, they're awesome. Fly Inside makes some great stuff, and there's a Gazelle coming soon. Jay, look at Rex coming in here. With an A400 Rex. Grace it. Grace it! No. He's not gonna, oh wait, he will. It's a low pass. It was a low pass. Don't the guards have 135s? Yeah, well the Aircore fly them. I mean, look at this, look. Jesus. Yeah, just, the rotor should have hit the ground by now. The Aircore fly the 135 for them, yeah. Now, what about nighttime lighting? Easy. Well, it's not great, is it? It's very kind of... It's not great. It's very kind of Grand Theft Auto looking, isn't it? Right? It's very GTA-ish. Nice time of day here now. So yeah, I don't know. Again, lads, I just think we're getting spoiled now when it comes to helis. Like, some of the helis that we have now from Teog's hangar, absolutely incredible. That Hughes 500, that's amazing. That's an amazing helicopter. 16 tons of Carlo missing the... Wait, what? Superboy, good to see you. Airborne Entertainment, welcome in. Epic Fool, good to see you. So here's the thing about the A400 Superboy. I'm only thinking now, right? But like, I know Innie built the aircraft, but like, didn't they give it to Microsoft? Oh Jesus! This thing shouldn't handle like that. But wouldn't it be class to get the cargo in the A400? That would be class. This is why you stick to planes. Like, it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. It's not terrible, but like, it's... I just thought it was interesting. At Gamescom, they have a real life EC135 pilot, and he's like, yeah, what? Like, it's just not at that level. And it's even like getting close to the ground. Like, in a helicopter, as you approach the ground with any sort of power, you get savage resistance pushing you back up. This, nothing, you know? And other choppers do it well. So what would it take to fix it? Well, better sounds, if they can. Do something maybe with the lighting. And just calm down the controls a bit. You know, they need to have less of a bite. Or at least soften the curb and then give it a bigger bite. Or leave the bite there, but like only at extreme inputs. You know what I mean? That's what I think anyway. So that's the EC135. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it's I don't see me flying it. High performance group, they're 135, light years ahead of this thing. What I do like about this is the gauges. The hype one, it's all screens. It's not bad though, but yeah, probably not something I'm going to be flying a lot, you know. And I am really enjoying choppers. So for our last showcase this evening, friends, we're going to be checking out a freeware aircraft available over at flightsim.to. And this is the Avro Anson Mark 1. DSD Simulations have released this for free, and it comes with 3 different liveries. Now, bearing in mind, it's a single developer, freeware. Expect what you might expect, right? There's different engines, actually, look. I only noticed that now. So 1939, well, they're all the same, but 206 Squadron or the Training Command. See, the cowling on the engines are different. Same engines, just different cowling. That's interesting, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. Sean Dale, Nader 2024 coming out this week. Azure Poly of the Transall. Yes! There's also other stuff happening. Just Flight are bringing... Where is it now? The RJ Professional. And just as this loads up, you need to see what the RJ... They're waiting to see the state of this. Look. Move this across there now. There we go. And we'll jump back in. So as that's loading, right? Just Flight. The Avro, or the RJ Professional, the Avro RJ, upgraded for a 2024 native package, right? Look at all the stuff. Look at all the stuff. There's tons of changes coming in there, and they're hoping to release this in the next day or two. I need to take that out for the spin next week, but they've done a ton of fixes. They've added it now to be native inside of 2024, and there's a ton of fixes with it as well. This is off of the upcoming Avro or J Professional from Just Flight, right? So incredible stuff. So as our Avro Anson is loading in, the last bit of stuff I need to tell you about, lads, because SayIntentions have been flat out, right? In particular, when it comes to their taxi tuner, right? There's a brand new taxiway tuner. Pocket Sky is now available as well. They've also added in TF4s, real-time US TF4 enforcements. So when there's TF4s working, SayIntentions can now inject TF4s. So if you're flying in the US using SayIntentions, ATC will be telling you or giving out to you if you go near a TF4. That's a really neat feature. The taxiway tuner, I have it here on the website, look. Right. This is the taxiway tuner version 4. It's a massive overhaul. And if you ever have issues with SayIntentions with traffic injection and you're saying they're using the wrong runways, well, they're asking the community to help them to kind of tune all the stuff in themselves. And this is pretty cool because you can even select it by, well, what aircraft, what airliners use what taxiways, what, terminals, what parking stands, and so on and so forth, right? SayIntentions have just been flat out with updates, and it's great to see it. It's great to see all the stuff that they're doing, right? So that was one of them, and then the other one, the CPDLC handoffs are now live. From now on, when you're flying under an IFR flight plan and signed into CPDLC, you'll actually receive handoffs between stations just like you would in the real world. It doesn't currently work in the US since the entire region operates under a single CPDLC like the KUSA, but your aircraft needs to support CPDLC handoffs. Rumour has it the Phoenix already does this. Ooh. Right? They've also activated 200 new voices. 200! If you're enjoying the variety of voices on SayIntention, buckle up. This is the largest voice update of the year. They've activated over 200 new voices, refreshed coverage across more than 30 countries, including Italy, Spain, Belgium, Japan, Sweden, India, Australia, France, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Germany, Denmark, and many more. In total, there are now 3,561 voices with SayIntentions. What? That's incredible, right? So, over 2,000 unique ATC positions with regional accents. Isn't that amazing? Traffic has received a major update as well, improving the detection of IVAO library models. Gate assignments are up and running. Pushback they've worked on. Sidecar has been fixed. Pocket Sky has a new pause flight feature. Runways fixed mismatches between ATIS and runway assignments. SkyOps distance display bug has been fixed. Object insertion corrected. And also the new MH60 Bambi bucket support has been added to firefighting. Firefighting? They've been flat out, lads, with SayIntentions. Flat out. Right. The Avro Anson. This is a gorgeous plane. It's an old plane. The Avro Anson, well, it goes back to the early days of the Air Corps, the Irish Air Corps, but also the RAF. It first flew in 1935. 1935 is when this thing first flew. There was 11,000 of them built. 11,000 Avro Ansons. And they later went on to serve as commercial aircraft, maritime support aircraft, loads of stuff, right? They were built by Avro UK, and they were primarily used by the Royal Air Force, also the Canadian and Australian, and indeed the Fleet Air Arm. It was originally known as the Avro 652A. The Anson was developed during the mid-1930s from the earlier Avro 652. The design of the Avro was a low-wing cantilever monoplane developed as a general reconnaissance aircraft, as it possessed many features that lent itself to the role, including a considerable load-carrying ability and also long range. And there's still one or two of these still flying to this day. And they're just gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. Post-war civilian use. So you can see one here. That was doing Kemp's aerial survey. Right? Look, it looks battered and bruised, but they fly like. That's mad, the way they were just dumped. Look at that thing, look. There's the Havilland Draken ahead of it. The Avro Anson. Isn't it gorgeous? So the Irish Air Corps used to fly these as well. I can't remember how many they had. It'll show the use down here. Operator Ireland, yeah, they did operate these. So where's now? Irish Air Corps Avro Anson. I used to play in this when I was a kid. Here we go. There she be. With a fuselage of a Fuga. That's an old Beechcraft simulator up there in the corner, right? Lovely little yoke, isn't it? That's an old photo. Look at that, look. So the Avro Anson, the Air Corps restored it. It's not flying, but they just restored it cosmetically. You know what I mean? That's an old picture as well. That's back in the 90s, I'll say. Because see that little plane there? That's a Miles Magister. By the way. See that little one there? But that was the Avro Anson that they were working on just to get it up and running. Not up and running, but like... It was part of the museum. And it's sitting in the museum. Look, there Fuga Magisters there. See that? So the fuselage is a pair of Fuga Magisters. Isn't that mad what you find lying around? And there's a Beechcraft simulator up there. And that's it looks like the wing of a Chipmunk in here as well. Very, very pretty little plane. Twin engine, and during wartime, of course, reconnaissance was the main deal. Right, was the main deal. But then, of course, it went on to do civilian work, not only for kind of, you know, surveying and whatnot, but it also did passenger flights as well. The Netherlands operated them as well. Look, pretty cool. So with that, here we have one in the sim, and it's freeware native to 2024. So I gotta say, the exterior looks very, very nice, right? I'm going to remove, let me see, hop into the cockpit here. I'm going to drone cam, because this is where it just looks a wee bit nicer. Now, the control locks and all that jazz, they remove automatically once you turn stuff on. Right? Now, you know it's freeware. I mean, look, it's freeware. Right? You're going to see the limits straight away. Fuga Magister has a V-tail. Yeah, no, that's before, that's, hang on. Where is this now? Irish Air Corps Avro Anson. Were they not Fugas? I thought they were Fugas. They are Fugas. 110% that's a Fuga Magister. Need another picture. Hang on now. I'm delaying the show, but I need to make sure I'm right. Load in there now, you devil. Did you go away? Stupid flicker. Can we open in a new tab? Aha. That's definitely a Fuga there beside it. Definitely, right? Now where's that other image I was looking at? Do you know what? Locus, God bless your eyesight. You're 100% correct. They're not Fugas. Do you know what they are? One is a Chipmunk. They're both Chipmunks. Jesus! They're Chipmunks. And the one beside it is a Fuga. See the red tip there? The man has some serious eyes. Well done, Locus. Right. We continue on. That was me not being right. I know, they're not fugas. There was a fuga in one of them. Shag off. I let that bit out anyway, you know. Anyway, yeah, look, as I said, freeware, you can kind of see where the limits start coming into it. But don't let that take away from what this aircraft is all about, because it's a Freeware Avro Anson. It's a vintage aircraft, which we like, and she's British built. So inside the cockpit, it's a little bit sore on the eyes, right? It's right. Because we're used to some very good things. You can see where you can see, you know, decent dials here. The overall makeup of the thing is just a little bit, right? But anyway, let's not let that wreck our buzz. Battery coming on. Mixture normal. Brakes are already on. Plenty of room inside the aircraft as well, right? You have a spotter down the front. She's fitted with machine guns. Can't fire them. Plenty of room inside. So we have a navigator station. Nothing clickable. There's nothing interactive. And then we have our radio man communications. But I think there's really nice details gone into this, considering. You know what I mean? Terribly gentle on the frames, by the way. Terribly friendly. Anyway, mags 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll give this one a bash and see what happens. So, port engine, starboard. We'll go with the starboard. Who's in the chopper? Toto, shag off there for a minute. I can't hear myself think. And Epic Fool, the pair of you just shag off for a minute. We can't hear the engine sounds. Right. Because you need to hear the sounds. Are you ready?
Hello there.
Andy, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Nice sounds, right? Have a listen. Also open up all the windows and doors. Nice animations. Is that an Alouette starting up? Oh no, it's a Fuga. Oh, Jesus. There's a Fuga! Come on, Frank. Right, off the brakes. And we'll taxi out. Sounds are good. That's Frank starting up a Fuga. To be fair, that's accurate. Fugas are loud, man. Okay, they're not that loud. Frank, shag off with your noise. Right, Epic and Toto, fair play to you. They shagged off. Don't you just love that we can do this in flight sims? Shag off, you're too loud. Brilliant. Now, Rex is coming in for a landing in which we're going to taxi straight ahead of him. It's organised chaos. Someone get a Vulcan now just to add to the party. Oh, Jesus. Rex, go around. Abort. We just got our local Fuga into the air for the first time. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's very loud. 2 engines, Scott. Very loud. So, yeah, 2 engines. Right, are we ready? Power coming in. Let's go flying. Takeoff power set. Speed alive. Easy now. Yep, see daisy. Now it takes about 17 minutes for the gear to come up. These take ages, as the real plane did. Ages. Isn't it very pretty? Yeah, Murph, I'll have whatever you're having. I think it is very pretty. Gear up. Takes ages. Big Al is here, good to see you. Yeah, the gears are hand cranked. Hand cranked, rather, yes. He's one arm longer than the other, God love him. Alright, calm it all down. It's just very pretty. It was Colonel Fork who put me onto this a while ago. He's like, Murph, you need to check this out. And now I've checked it out. For a freeware, and because of the kind of historical significance of it, I think it's really good. I recommend it, lads. You're going to have some fun flying this thing. Now, if someone comes along with an Irish Aircore livery, I'll be happy out. CRZ Baz has flown this a few times, 100% recommend. Yeah, it's nice. I think it's pretty. For freeware, I think they've done a great job. The external is quite good. Right, gear down. There'll be a while doing that now. The RAF used to fly these over the airfield, yeah. Flaps. A little click spot for the window. And a gun sight. The guns do nothing. Nothing to kill. Right, let's see, can we actually land this without dying, right? You know, gears down. There goes Rex. Come on, Rex. Jesus, we'll go for the grass. Oh no, pull up, Rex. Oh, Jesus. Easy now. No, we'll go for the runway. Easy. Easy. Little 3-point landing if you can. Sorta, kinda nearly. So there we have it. A Freeware Avro Anson. What do you think, lads? Sounds are pretty good, aren't they? There's Epic. There's Toto. I'm loving seeing you guys in choppers, aren't they? Like, they've gotten so good, haven't they? Yeah, it's well worth a gander, 100%. It's something different, right? And the Anson, they were quite an unusual airplane. But for freeware, it's a great effort. Really is a great effort. It has character. That's the main thing with this airplane. You know what I mean? Seems better than some payware. Like, certainly the textures and whatnot in the cockpit are a little bit... They're not great, right? But, you know, you can get over that. We've no parking brake. Engines off. And there's all our switches and doors and stuff. I think it's very good. I think it is a solid aircraft add-on. Rex, we don't know how you do it. Like, there's lovely details on it. Right. So who knows where this project might go? Will it receive more development? You know what I mean? The trained pilots, navigator, radio operators, and bomb aiming, very versatile. 100%. I think it's really nice. It's really nice. So that's available right now over on flightsim.to. I will give you the link where you can grab the gadget for yourselves. Give it a bash. It's a Flight Sim 2024 add-on. Link has gone into the chat there now, lads, if you'd like to grab it. And what else then? I'll give you a link once again to the CRZ Studios, the Chinook SJ. Beautiful little plane that is. Again, it's they have character. Do you know what I mean? Ah, there's Frank. He's going to put me out of the answer now. He's literally gone into me plane. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we did all right, Super Tie. We kind of finished on time. That was something else, wasn't it? But looks decent for a freebie. Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, to the CRZ Studio guys, thank you very, very much for the opportunity to showcase your aircraft. Very excited, and congratulations for your first release. You're going to put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces, especially when it comes to bush flying. Now,
Hello there.
Who's that? Who is that? Frank. Jesus. Crotchel region. Now, speaking of bush flying, I put out an announcement earlier on. Where's this now? Announcements. So, before we go, lads, coming soon. It's something that I've started work on it. We're going to be doing a STOL series. Learn how to stall, but not stall as in that. Not that stall. This stall. And basically, it's going to be a mini series, something similar to what we did on Monday nights with the ATC stuff, but we'll do this for stall. And choppers are coming soon, don't worry. And I'm working on other stuff as well, including kind of scenery design and all that. It'll take a while to get around to all of this, but this is coming first. And the reason being is we do have a lot of stall capable aircraft now, and we also have the e-stall series, right, where you can go for it and compete. You can represent yourself, or you can represent our community, whatever way you want to do it. Bush flying short runways, backcountry strips. The new series all about mastering the art of short takeoff and landing. And we're going to be learning some hints and tips from the guru that is Kando. Kando's going to help us out with some of the tips that he has, his real world skills. Kando flies in the real world, and it's going to be a lot of fun, this. Baz, you're an e-style partner. Brilliant. It's all coming in all together. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think there's different categories we can all enter, so it's going to be interesting to see what aircraft you guys pick. But we know that, you know, the Scout, which we're going to check out next week, of course, and, well, all the other tremendous stall capable aircraft, including what we just used tonight with that Chinook. There's a lot of options out there. But this course, or kind of mini series, where we're going to focus on learning everything that there is. There'll be a number of different stages, breaking it down to, you know, what do we need to know for planning, any sort of interaction with ATC, if any, aircraft characteristics, and handling, particularly how to maintain what do they call it? What's the speed just before stall? Maintain that for long periods of time. And then we're going to go for precision landings, all that jazz there. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But yeah, it's e-stall compliant. Sweet. Sweet. How am I liking the motion rig? Superboy, it's very good, man. Yeah, I got the H3 from Doff Reality. Its motion rigs are insanely good. Insanely good. I can't really stream from it yet. Anytime I go about setting up something, I can't. But it's more. I'm going to record a couple of videos and stuff from the rig soon. So lots of cool and exciting things on the way. And there's also going to be even more stuff coming down the line. We're going to be focusing on some hardware and also, you know, the bush planes. Loads of fun. But we're going to dive back into some of the vintage aircraft as well. And possibly next week or the week after, hopefully we're going to be showcasing something very nice, very vintage, and a lot of excitement and anticipation from the community about this particular aircraft. Hoping to get my hands on it soon and seeing what it's all about. But yeah, pretty cool. But right, lads, that's going to do it. We're back tomorrow at what time? 10:00 Zulu, 11 o'clock local, and we're going to be flying in the MH60 helicopter right here on Twitch and on YouTube. So my thanks as always for everyone for tuning in. There was lots to cover and there was just too much. So if you've left comments for me or whatever, I was brutal. There was too much to read. The joys of going on vacation and trying to fit 2 weeks of news into one. But we got there in the end. So thank you all so very, very much indeed. Again, massive shout out to Katie Pilot and for bringing in all the raiders. Thank you very, very much indeed. Hope you guys had a good night. And thanks for sticking by here as well. So we'll see you tomorrow at 10:00 Zulu time. That's 11 o'clock in Ireland and the UK. So until then, have a lovely evening. You take care. This, lads. Look at the state of this. Touchdown. Nicely done. Beautiful. Armin Addict inbound. Careful now, careful now. Pull up, pull up. Beautiful. What a landing. So Gregor inbound. Trying to turn. And we'll start advancing that mixture back in here now shortly. Come on, prop.
Sink rate.
You're all right.
Sink rate up. Sink rate.
Give us a bit of air in the nose there. Nearly, nearly. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. We need the wind. Oh, bother. We need more speed. This isn't dangerous at all. 110, 120. Mixture in. The mixture's in. Come on. She doesn't want to play. She nearly got there. Hang on now.